Should be an exciting day, Terry. Should be chock full of surprises.
Should be.
For a Friday morning. Yes. From what it looks like right now, we are 3 hours away from a hearing that is going to be held in the L.A. County Courthouse to determine the immediate fate of one Paris Hilton after all the yelling and screaming we did yesterday morning for what a travesty it was. Mm-hmm. Perhaps that is in the process of being changed yet again.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope so.
Perhaps we might have had a small impact. Terry, if I was on in L.A. yesterday, I would have caused a mutiny. You know that. You know that, right?
I do know that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But if there is such a hearing, and it'll be broadcast live, I doubt it will, we will broadcast it live. But
all right.
whatever reporters are out, we'll have the scoop. We'll stay on until 3 in the afternoon, not really, if we have to.
Or we'll listen to it somewhere else.
How about that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be determined by 10 what's going on there. If she's being dragged off again, 9 o'clock hearings don't start till 10. What am I talking about? But if she's being dragged off to jail again, we'll know by 10 o'clock.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, at least by the end of the after show. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be a very interesting, fascinating day. I told you America wouldn't just sit around and let this happen, let us be slapped in the face like this. That was a punch, a slap, whatever you want to call it, maybe a combination of both in the face yesterday.
I know.
Medical condition, my ass.
Hopefully she's in Mexico by now.
Right. You got a little rash.
Yeah, it's time to jump in the Bronco, Paris. All right, get AC on the phone and get the hell out of Dodge.
No kidding.
What were you raising your hand for?
I was raising
right?
my hand. Not only do we have that to talk about, but
we have a lot to talk about today.
I know,
too. Yeah.
but I wanted to remind you
the
about
Belmont Stakes. Yes, I understand.
And you know what I noticed?
Yes.
I saw a commercial for Ruffian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm figuring that is that what
they're tying it all in?
Yeah.
I think that's just a mere coincidence, Terry.
Really?
Yes, I think it's a little bit of a coincidence. They were planning on having a made-for-TV movie on the greatest female horse, or human for that matter, in the history of mankind.
Right.
Mankind.
That's right. Notice we said mankind. Gonna call it humankind. I don't know why. It's really a knock on you ladies. It's the great ruffian horse from before our time, or before my time, Terry.
Right.
But, I was just, I don't know, 5 years old or something when she was beating all the boys. And
She was beating all the boys.
yes. Until she died of exhaustion, basically.
Huh, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had a short life, 3 years.
That's right. In horse years, that would be like dying at age 18 to 20 or something like that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But, yes, you're right, Terry. There are 7 male horses in the Belmont Stakes tomorrow. There is 1 female horse that they put in this race. The first time there's been a female horse in a race of this magnitude for many, many years. Why is there a girl trying to take on the boys after all this time? When is the battle of the sexes thing just going to go away?
Never.
No contest.
Mm-hmm. Why did the odds makers make this female horse in the Belmont Stakes tomorrow, one of the biggest races in horse racing on the calendar there? Why did they make her one of the favorites, Terry? Do they think this female horse has a chance against the boys?
Yes.
Horse racing's becoming a circus.
These questions and many more are to be answered by the end of today's show.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. Girls against the boys, please.
It's like the PGA Tour, you know. They always put the best woman golfer on some dates throughout the year.
That she always chokes.
She misses the cut.
That's right.
Gets smoked.
Gets everyone's hopes up as far as all the ladies out there that she'll show the boys. And then what a disappointment. Then back to your regular lives.
Back to you. Oh, jeez.
But these things can be discussed. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, Terry. But you're right. That's another interesting little aspect of the day. You excited about the big Sopranos last episode, Terry? I know you haven't.
I haven't watched it this season.
You get
really.
HBO?
I do.
Uh-huh.
All of the HBOs.
You're not a big New Jersey mob lady.
Well, no, I actually love it.
You love the New Jersey mob?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
My
the whole
favorite mob.
Sopranos, but for some reason, just...
You know who's a big Sopranos fan?
Who?
The young man in the back of the studio there.
Oh,
Vincent
really?
Pooh is a big Sopranos fan.
yeah?
He's watched every box set that they've put out.
Stop
Oh, yeah.
it. Have you
I'm not
really?
playing, Terry.
That's right.
Am I lying?
No, not at all.
Got you all squared away, ready for the big finale.
I didn't even watch season 1 and 2.
Oh,
I got
see,
into it in like season 3. He's watched the full box set of season 1 and 2, right?
That's right. All the commentary, all of it.
All the commentary.
You gotta watch the commentary.
What's on the comment? He's so tired this morning from doing a club gig. He actually sounds like a boy.
It's true.
Where were you last night?
I was at the
You
club.
at the club
Yeah.
doing your thing?
Got about an hour and a half of sleep. I'm ready to go.
Hour nap. Yeah.
That's all it was. It was a nap. There you go.
Yes.
Power an hour nap.
Power hour.
Yep.
There it is.
Go.
That's all I need. I'm good to go.
So are you aware? They're called some publications that are talking about this final episode of Sopranos are calling it the greatest TV show in history.
Really?
I don't know if
I heard that.
Go that far. You heard that too?
On the radio this morning.
That's a little absurd. It's a great show. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love a little New Jersey mob storyline. Don't get me wrong. But the greatest TV show ever? Come on.
It's up there.
Carol Burnett would like to have a word with you.
Is it?
Top 10.
All right, let's not get too carried away here.
Was this the final episode ever tonight? Or?
Final episode ever.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Sunday night. It's final
Sunday
episode ever. Ever.
Last one with James Gandolfini.
You think I'd even be talking about it if it was the final episode of the season? No, final episode ever.
Wow.
And the question is, will Tony live or die?
I think we know the answer.
I don't think we do.
Really?
That's what everyone's asking. Nobody really knows. Will he he's on the verge of either living or dying. That's the way they've pretty much set it up for the last episode. And no one has the answer.
The T-Man Show.
Is Rosie O'Donnell possibly a step closer to becoming a primetime player on the Peacock Network?
Oh.
The answer reportedly is yes.
Right.
On the heels of Extra's headline-making interview with Ben Silverman, NBC's new co-chairman of entertainment, there's word that NBC is trying to land Rosie, possibly to host a primetime game show as well as a daytime talk show.
She's ratings gold.
Ratings gold, Terry.
Ratings gold.
Did I pretty much have this sized up from the moment it broke, or what?
Yeah.
From the moment it looked like Rosie was going to leave The View, she will sign with either CBS or NBC for a talk show, Terry, that will suit her style of being very opinionated, not like the old, fluffy, little lollipop daytime talk show she used to have. Not a cotton candy show like that, Terry. It's going to be a hard-hitting, opinionated type show. It'll do very well. She'll make a minimum of $30 million a year with that combined with the game show gig. She's going to put together that package.
Right.
Rosie is going to have quite the package. Don't some out there find that suitable?
Yeah.
Minimum of $30 million she'll be making per year, Terry.
Jeez.
Next to Oprah, she'll be the highest paid woman in TV.
Go on HBO. Or...
No one deserves more than Oprah. Oprah is an established behemoth, Terry. But next to Oprah, no one will come close
Right.
to what Rosie's going to make in television. Well, I guess Katie Couric, but she's so overpaid right now that everybody knows it, that she's on her last legs. What were you saying now, Steven?
Put her on HBO, then she can swear and do all that stuff. Have a lot of fun.
She's got kids now.
Rosie's
She's got it in her, though, I think.
I know.
Rosie's audience is still typically very liberal ladies that do a lot of staying home. You know, a lot of that staying home thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not implying that they're not working hard, Terry.
Right.
I'm not suggesting that at all. And I'm trying not to be facetious about it. I'm being very serious. Women who stay home
Okay.
work as hard or harder than anyone out there.
Definitely true. They do work very, very hard. Yeah.
Yes. Which leads us into perhaps the Belmont Stakes conversation, Terry.
Ah, yes.
I don't see like there's any time better than this lead-in to
Young
talk about the fact this was going to be a boring race. You know how I love horse racing probably more than the next person, Terry?
Yes.
Anything you can gamble on. Terry, you want to put 2 drops of water on the ceiling, I'll bet you on which one's going to hit the ground first.
I know,
I got the
I
left.
know you
I got the
will.
left. I got the left.
Good, I wanted the right anyway. There was going to be a very boring Belmont Stakes situation because the winner of the Kentucky Derby lost in the Preakness. I don't know if you're familiar with the Triple Crown as it plays out there.
Yes, familiar. Yes, yes,
It
yes.
begins with the Kentucky Derby, which was won by a horse named Straight Sense. And then the horse that I predicted to win the Kentucky Derby, which didn't, but because it got kind of boxed in. I don't want to make excuses for my pick, Terry, but it got
Right.
boxed in and would have won. Anyway, it went on to win the Preakness. That would be Curlin. If you remember when you asked me who was going to win the Kentucky Derby, I said Curlin. Curlin went on to win the Preakness in a come-from-behind fashion against Straight Sense. So, obviously, there's not going to be a Triple Crown this year. So, Straight Sense, that horse that won the Kentucky Derby, decided he's not going to run in the Belmont Stakes.
Okay.
The horse thought about it long and hard and decided, no, I'm taking a pass. I'm going to the Caribbean.
But horse, that's what you do. You run 3 times a year.
And then you stud yourself out.
Oh, jeez. Terry's favorite part.
Terry's horse's name. Nonsense.
The part Terry can relate to most.
Yeah.
When the big stud lays down the seed. Okay, anyway, so that's what the situation was. It was a situation that was unexciting as far as the Belmont Stakes is concerned because the winner of the Kentucky Derby wasn't going to be in it. The winner of the Preakness Curlin was going to be in it, but he was up against what it looked like to be a field of hack horses. Nothing worse than a field of hack horses, Terry.
Don't like the hackness.
So it was going to be a very non-interesting, boring Belmont Stakes, which is to take place tomorrow. Then all of a sudden, around early to midweek this week, Terry, when the news was slow and there wasn't the whole big Paris scandal going on about her being let out of prison, on around Monday or Tuesday, there was this thought that came about that all of a sudden became a reality that they're going to put a female horse in this mega race known as the Belmont Stakes. The last time a female horse ran against a male horse in this high a magnitude race was a long time back, Terry, many years. You have to go back to not even in this decade, has a horse, not in the new millennium, has a female horse decided that she's going to try to take on the boys. Because, Terry, as you know, when it comes to athletics, and I don't think you'll argue this, when it comes to true hardcore athletics, be it human beings or animals, the reality is that men are the dominant gender. I don't think there's any arguing that, and which is why you, instead of fighting me on it, you have your mouth sealed really tight because you're trying to make it like you're holding back, but you really have nothing to say.
I wish.
Terry has her mouth really tightened.
I hate going through these discussions with you. I really, really
Well,
don't
I mean, you can't argue it, Terry. I mean, it's just a fact of nature. I didn't make it that way, Terry. Don't get all mad at the messenger here. Just realize that this is some predetermined or some decided upon aspect of the world that had nothing to do with me, so don't get angry at me.
In
Anyway.
all species.
In pretty much all species, unless you want to bring to my attention a species where, when it comes to athletic ability, real, true, top-flight athletic ability, women dominate men. I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know.
Well,
Cows?
here now becomes an aspect where the Belmont Stakes, to me, is now very interesting again because there's a little girly horse, Terry,
Little girly.
who is a highly accomplished horse against other female horses. She's rarely lost, if ever, Terry. She's dominating the female horse landscape. She won the equivalent of the Kentucky Derby for females. It's called the Kentucky Oaks.
Okay.
Isn't that a cute name for girls?
Cute.
The Kentucky Oaks, named after a tree.
They got their own name. That's so cute. That's so
Did she
not
wear
really
a
relevant.
hat,
Yeah.
too? She ran.
Well,
Her tail all curled up.
in her last race, she won the Kentucky Oaks in impressive fashion, Terry. And because the field is considered soft in the Belmont Stakes, she's going to take on the boys.
Whoa.
So, yes, tomorrow afternoon at Belmont Park, where they have the Belmont Stakes, what a coincidence, Terry, she'll be running against 7 male rivals.
Well, the Belmont gets kind of screwed if there's no Triple Crown prospect, and people lose interest.
Yes,
They
exactly
get kinda
right.
screwed.
The Belmont Stakes was going to be a low-rated, uninteresting kind of race, but now that there's a girlie in the field, now that one of the horses doesn't have one of those harsh little speckles, Terry, or not so little,
Oh.
now that one of the people in this event isn't hung like a horse, it becomes interesting again. A girl trying to take on the boys. And the most fascinating part is amongst the 8 horses, Terry, she's one of the favorites.
Woo!
Ooh, still no interest. They're going to put a cheetah in the race as well. See how that fares.
You guys.
Well, I'm wondering, does that make you more interested to watch this race? Well, we probably have to watch it now, Terry, since
Well,
I mentioned it to
enjoy
you.
it anyway.
Well, you probably hadn't even heard about that until I brought it up to you, right? So maybe it's not as interesting to people as maybe I'm making it out to be. Maybe most people haven't even heard about that.
Well, but
A girl taking on the boys. Like a few years ago, you got Michelle Wee in golf now. Every once in a while takes on the boys and falls on her face. Annika Sorenstam, who still hasn't been proven that she's a woman, but she apparently is going with that. And she has taken on the boys in golf, Terry, and she fell on her face. So the track record.
Patrick, right? Isn't that her name?
Danica Patrick. Actually,
she's doing pretty well for her.
That's more the car than her.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. And, wait, but didn't you just establish that golf was not a sport? They're not athletic?
Yeah, golf, at least it's up to the individual, so that is truly a test of boys against girls when Annika Sorenstam or Michelle Wee plays against the boys. But Danica Patrick's not a good example because cars aren't gender specific.
So you can put anybody in there.
Hit the gas and turn left. How'd you do it? How'd you do it?
It's the car!
Oh, my God.
Please. This is more a test of the physical abilities of one horse gender against the other, Terry. The horse's name is Rags to Riches. Woo! The name wouldn't identify by any stretch of the imagination whether it's a male or a female. Rags to Riches could be a boy's name or a girl's name, but that's the name of the horse. They give horses stupid names, and they named this one Rags to Riches.
Didn't you have to rename it Rags?
May be an interesting little word in this horse's name, Terry. Hope she's not on her period tomorrow, Terry.
Might make her run better.
On the Rags to Riches.
Oh, jeez.
Now, be honest. If you had to run like a real sprint-type race and you were at that time of your cycle, Terry, you wouldn't be able to run top speed, would you?
No.
So you better hope she's not.
No.
The horse's trainer must know that this is not that weak.
I hope her panties aren't in a bunch either. That would probably be really uncomfortable when she runs.
That'd be really cool. They put a little G-string on the horse.
Oh, God.
You guys are just...
Put a little eyeshadow.
How old are we?
Eyeshadow, Terry.
Is there a male riding this horse? A male jockey?
There is a male jockey riding this horse. So you feel like in order to complete the picture, there should be a female jockey on this horse?
Yeah, Terry should be riding it.
Well, the reality is...
I need to lose like 40 pounds.
Terry's too short. Anyway...
I'm perfect height, actually.
Too short to be a jockey. That's not good, Terry.
The reality is... maybe this is a bit of irony. Usually, at every point in horse racing, there's always one female jockey that's out there that's pretty good. Right now, there's not a female jockey that I can think of that's really any good.
Right.
There used to be a Julie Crone that was as good as any, or just about close enough to being competitive to be considered as good as any male jockey. Right now, this is all you got in horse racing, Terry, is this female horse, because I can't think of any female jockey as it stands at this moment that's any good.
Lately.
No one any good.
The guy jockeys race forever, too, right? They don't really leave? I mean...
Well, it's a long career. It's not like football, where the average NFL career is about, really, whether people recognize it or not, about 4 or 5 years. That's all there really is, and that's considered a nice career.
Right.
Some NFL players come in and out in 2-3 years.
That's good to sign a 10-year deal, then.
You don't sign 10-year deals in the NFL, but if it happened, it'd be good to sign.
That
You're
would
right,
be,
Steve.
yeah.
Didn't Shoemaker, race forever?
Yes. A lot of jockeys race until they're about 50-some-odd years old.
Yeah.
Do you know when the last time a 3-year-old female won a race this length? 1867.
This length?
Yeah.
You mean a mile and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Belmont Stakes is a long race, Terry.
I know.
She's going to have to put it out there.
Yeah, she is. Definitely that.
Combination of both speed and endurance. Now, I know some women, Terry, that have certainly a lot of ability when it comes to speed, when it comes to riding, Terry.
Right.
And I know some women that have a lot of really top talents when it comes to endurance.
Sure.
I don't know if I recall a woman
Who has the combo?
that has mastered both at such a high level that she can compete with the boys.
Really?
Because
yeah.
all men can last forever, Terry, as you know.
Sure. Beat 6 seconds. Okay.
Oh, geez, wow, 6 seconds. Man, you must be quite the jockey.
Yeah, what are you doing to him?
I'm implying the gentleman there.
You must be riding there.
Right.
Stephen, you're talking about the last time a female horse won a race against the boys at this length. Is that what you're saying?
Well, of this length, yeah. I mean, somebody won the Belmont Stakes like 100 years ago, but this was 141 years ago because they changed the length, I guess, of the race. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't think you do. Anyway.
Tough, but only an interesting fact for us when you don't really know the fact.
Well, I gave you the fact.
Well, I don't know if you did. Anyway.
Okay.
The fact again is what now?
Never mind.
No. You're not
It
getting off
says
the hook.
the
Eddie?
only 3-year-old female to win the race at the current distance or beyond was
Right.
in 1867.
Okay. All I'm saying is you may want to watch the race, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
See if this female puts up a fight against the boys. Maybe she'll even win.
Whoa.
She'll have all the carnations put all over her, because not
Right.
talking any kind of homecoming reference here. That's what you put on the winning horse.
Right.
There's a big blanket of carnations, I think. Not sure. Anyway. Okay.
Wow. Should be fun.
Yes.
Exciting. And then don't forget about Ruffian, her little
Made-for-TV movie. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thought that they were trying to tie in. with the
1-866-663. T-Man is the number to call. It's a Friday, as you know. Anything you want to talk about is fine with me. You know we're waiting on a 9 o'clock court hearing that Paris Hilton is absolutely supposed to be at, Terry, to determine her immediate fate. We screamed all morning yesterday, Terry, as you remember, or maybe I did most of the screaming, but I told you what a travesty and a punch in the face it was to all of us that she was let out of jail because of this supposed medical condition. I heard from people yesterday, I got emails from people yesterday who talked about family members who had strokes in jail that weren't released. And they let Paris go, and we were supposed to sit back and not make any kind of hubbub. Well, we did exactly as I imagined we would. We made such a big uproar over it, Terry, because it was absolutely absurd to have to sit back and hear about that she was just let go. What a joke the legal system showed itself to be yesterday more than ever before.
Right.
That the judge who initially gave her the 23-day sentence reduced from 46, who thought he was doing her a favor back when he did that, called her back in the court, and he's taken over jurisdiction over this thing again. He could put her back in jail, and I'm expecting he will.
Yeah.
She has only one hope of eluding this jail term now, as I see it, Terry, and that's call A.C. Collins and get her ass in the white Bronco. And start riding down I-5.
Right.
Because she's going back in, Terry.
Well.
I got my Unfree Paris shirt on right now. Did you notice that, Terry?
I did.
Yes.
Lovely.
Unfree Paris. Because this is stupid.
It is.
And it should have never happened. And they better not have some court hearing today that doesn't result in Paris going back in jail, Terry.
Right.
Or that just makes the situation 50 times worse if that's possible.
It would.
1-866-663. T-Man is the number to call. Let me start with Al State. Was on hold yesterday and never made it on, Terry. And I
What is going down?
Yes, Al State. How are
Happy
you, sir?
Friday, everybody.
Hey.
Same to you, my friend. What's on your mind today?
Oh, man, it's just too much the whole week. Starting off with dude coming in, catching his wife with another woman, and, Paris Hilton and the horse races. You just touched on so much. I don't know what to start first.
Well, pick something quick and go with it, Al State.
I'm going to start with dude when he came home on his wife.
Oh, you mean that caller from about 2-3 days ago?
Whatever happened with that?
Well, that's up for the caller to fill us in next time he calls, because your guess is as good as mine, as we say in the trade, Al State. Remember that call, Terry? Walked in on his wife with another woman, and always interesting to find out what the reaction is going to be if you are so lucky to walk in on your woman with another woman, Terry. If you're going to find yourself, I don't think you would know until you actually have it happen. You could try to predict what you would be like. But I don't think you really know until you actually see it with your own eyes.
Right.
The woman you have proclaimed your love to, all of a sudden you're shocked one day, and that's the key. You got to be shocked. You got to be blindsided by this. You can't have discussed it, or else obviously it's not going to be the
way I
impulse
he
reaction.
Had two choices. He had two choices.
Yes.
The first choice, either jump in that shower
That's
with
right.
him. Second choice, pull up a chair. And
those are the two choices. So he went off the board with what he did.
Being upset, not a choice.
Well, the caller said if he actually could have it to do over again, he would have jumped in and then broken up with her. That's his only regret, is that he didn't jump in, join in on the action, and then break up with her.
But why break up with her, period?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
some guys are wired differently, apparently, than you, Al State. He saw his wife, who he's been with for 9 years, with another woman in the shower together when she was supposed to be at work, and he felt violated. He felt like he had been cheated on, and that's up to each guy out there to determine if that's what the reaction is going to be.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's a real conundrum to try to figure out whether woman-on-woman action is considered cheating, Terry, when it happens in the similar kind of fashion of behind your back and unspoken. I can certainly see how a case can be very strongly made that is as much a violation as any other kind of affair.
Absolutely.
If you're a wussy boy.
I don't know. That could be an advantage somewhere.
It should only add to the marriage, is what Al State's saying.
But now, okay, let me keep it rolling.
Yes, Al
he's
State.
got more.
Leave it to Al State to keep it rolling, yes.
As far as this Paris Hilton thing,
Well, it's only a 4-hour show, Al State, so yes,
as
what do
far
you
as
got?
this Paris Hilton thing, dog, Paris Hilton, I think she done set something off. It's going to be a big feminist movement coming up pretty soon.
Feminist movement.
I'm feeling it. Look at the signs. You said all the signs earlier.
Yeah, look at the signs, don't see a thing. Thanks a lot for the call, Al State. We'll check it out with you on Monday. Let's go to Herm in Fort Lewis. Yes, Herm.
Yes, big.
Is Herm short for Herman, but you're embarrassed of your real given first name, or what?
No.
Because I used to know a guy. I used to know a guy in college named Herman, and he just absolutely was embarrassed of his name.
Right.
Understandable.
So he went by Herm. Yeah,
Like Herm Edwards.
and thought that would kind of like disguise what his real name was. Terry didn't fool me.
Right.
I called him Herman.
Your real name must be Roger.
So that's not your situation, is that right, Herm? What's your real first name?
Herman.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was so far off then.
Herman.
Yes, Herman. What can we do for you this morning?
I just want to clarify everything. You know, Paris Hilton she only had a yeast infection.
You think she had a...
And now it's a yeast infection?
Yeah, that was it.
Well, Terry, we've heard a lot of what the medical reasons could have been. None of them make any sense. No matter what it was, she shouldn't have been let out of jail, Terry. Whether it was a mental breakdown, some say she had an absolute nervous breakdown. Right. Some say it was, I got some reports that it was a STD flare-up, maybe a herpes flare-up. We did have that story that you reported on a couple of months ago, that in her storage unit was some herpes-type medicines, if you remember that story you gave us, Terry. We forgot about that yesterday when we were discussing the possibilities here. And then we heard the overall general rash situation that has been more floated around than anything.
Right.
Was it a rash? Regardless, there are infirmaries in prison.
It's all treatable there.
It's all treatable.
It is.
There was absolutely no excuse for this dude who apparently had the authority, and how the sheriff's office, was that who it was?
Yes,
Gets the authority over what the judge decreed.
Right.
Is news to me, Terry. I guess I don't know enough about the legal system, not that I want to. I didn't know the sheriff has the ability to let out whoever he wants whenever he feels like it, even though the judge said it was a 23-day sentence.
Right.
Well, this sheriff should be fired. Absolutely. Immediately.
Well,
Isn't he being held in contempt of court or
he
something
should
like that?
be if he's not.
I think so.
This guy, you can kiss his ass goodbye.
Lee Baca.
Lee Baca, you can kiss his ass goodbye as far as his career is concerned, Terry. Because there was not two camps when it came to the reaction on what happened with Paris Hilton being released. Everybody was outraged.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody you heard from was like, what the hell is this? And that's the way it should be. Because it was an absolute joke. And now, finally, because of the overwhelming reaction, it looks like they're chucking her ass back in jail today. They better. Come Monday morning, we better be hearing about how she's turning down wieners in prison again, Terry.
Wow.
Well, I mean, the hot dog she was offered.
Right.
Yes. Because that was the last thing we heard before she was let go, that she had turned down the state-made hot dog on Wednesday night.
That does sound good. I mean,
I could never turn down a hot dog. I'll tell you that right now.
and if Lou Baca doesn't name one of his kids Chew, there's something wrong with that guy.
Chewbacca, yes.
That's really the most important story.
That's right. Well, now he has plenty of time to think about that since he's jobless.
Maybe he'll be cleaning rooms at one of the Hiltons.
I'm a big fan of hot dogs, Terry.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I like brats myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like a nice all-beef Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Throw a little kraut and mustard on that.
Ooh,
The
tasty.
world record was just broken.
You know, I sit there over the sink just eating sauerkraut out of the jar.
Do you?
That's right.
I love
Really?
it. It's good. Makes my wife want to throw up.
Yes, that's why
I love it.
it stands out in my mind. Because my wife's sitting there like, what the hell are you doing? Who did I marry?
Wow.
The guy was sitting there eating kraut over the sink, baby.
Yeah, you're hot.
In my underwear. Tell me you don't want me.
Oh, you are
I
a
need some
sexy
water.
beast.
You're lucky
she
I have it on,
says.
but I need a place to wipe my hands.
You telling me most people don't sit there eating kraut over the sink in a jar?
there.
Terry?
With their boxers
I
on.
don't buy any small jar of kraut.
No, I bet you know.
You go sauerkraut, you go huge industrial-sized tub.
Oh, the big tub.
Just not
That's one of those things people
attractive.
absolutely love or hate.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the middle on that stuff.
Hate.
I had a feeling.
Very much so hate.
Granddaddy Patty is calling.
Granddaddy, what?
Granddaddy Patty is calling from San Francisco.
Is Terry Free laughing at something?
Granddaddy Patty, apparently Terry Free is laughing at your unique-sounding name, I
Yeah.
would imagine. How do you come up with Granddaddy Patty?
Well, you know,
Is that short for Herman?
Yes, it is.
It's a name I got back in the day. You know,
I
Granddaddy
see.
Patty. I keep all the girls happy.
I see. Granddaddy Patty keeps all the girls happy. Jay.
yeah.
And you thought eating kraut over the sink was nauseating. Go ahead, Granddaddy Patty.
Hey, I want to comment on that. The thing you're talking about with the guy, his wife, caught cheating on him in the bathroom.
All right, yes.
Howard. So I think there's a rule to that actually. If the wife does not want to have a threesome with the husband, then that actually becomes her cheating.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to do it with the other female and not him, that's not right.
Oh, I see. The fact that she kept
it's actually wrong.
The fact that she kept it secret, private, undercover, Terry, that's where Granddaddy Patty finds there's no doubt that this was a violation.
I wouldn't have it myself. I definitely wouldn't have it myself.
Yeah, very interesting to know. Granddaddy Patty,
we kind of figured that with the name.
what do you expect to do with your day today? What's your weekend going to be like for Granddaddy Patty in San Francisco? Is that where you live? Do you live in downtown San Francisco? Where do you live?
No, I live in Concord. I work in San Francisco.
All right, and what are you going to do this weekend? What are your plans? Where would one find Granddaddy Patty this weekend?
We're going out to L.A. this weekend, so I had to go visit my friend out that way, my lady friend.
So you he's got to drive to get laid, Terry.
Yeah.
That's what we do. This is what guys do on the weekend. It's crazy.
So wait a minute, you driving by yourself all the way down to L.A.?
Oh, no, I'm flying. Get
You're
out
flying.
of here. Driving?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
I thought you said drive. Didn't he say drive?
I thought so,
I
too.
thought so, too.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe I just came up with that myself. All right, so you're getting on a plane after work today, and you're going to fly down to L.A.
Yes.
Going to get on a plane to get laid, Terry.
Man, desperate.
Ow.
Man.
Yeah.
I expected more out of Granddaddy Patty, Terry.
Terry Free would never understand.
I don't really understand Granddaddy Patty.
Yeah, that's okay. Jerry Free doesn't need to understand.
I thought
Granddaddy
you'd have a million options all over Concord. Why do you got to get on a plane and go to L.A.?
Oh, well, they got a party going on out that way. So my cousin's
Right,
having
no
a party.
parties in the Bay,
No,
Terry.
San Francisco's fresh out of parties.
Oh, no.
Yeah, fresh out of parties this weekend for the Bay, Terry. He's got to go down to L.A.
If you compare L.A. party to San Francisco party, now it's a big difference.
Oh, now he's knocking the Bay Area parties, Terry.
Oh, well, move then. Get out of the Bay and go where you're wanted.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Terry getting the last word in with Granddaddy Patty.
Guess I will never understand.
He just doesn't want to admit that he has to get on a plane to get some ass.
Is it a big?
Maybe the moniker of Granddaddy Patty not working out as well as he had imagined.
Yeah.
He has to get on a plane to get laid. Too late to go back now to his real name, a Frank.
Chicks don't like that as much.
1-866-663-T-Man. Sarah in Seattle, you're next up.
Hello.
What's up, baby?
I just wanted to comment on your women aren't as good as sports as men. I know a sport that women definitely excel at.
Laundry?
Oh my God!
I think
Shame on
the laundry
you.
champion was a man.
It was hanging out there like a wonton. You expected me not to jump all over it?
Wontons just hang out there.
That's right. Show me a wonton that can't be. You have to eat. Come on, can't refuse.
Oh, they're so good.
Sarah, what's the sport? Go ahead, please. Enlighten us. Yes.
He meant you should know this, though.
Oh, jeez.
You should know this. You, of all people, should know that
The
sex
sport of
is definitely
sex?
a sport,
So
and
you're
women excel in it
All right.
10 times better than any man.
So you're saying when it comes to raw talent that women are better at sex than men?
Yes.
That if it was a competition and you were being graded, that women would dominate men's performances when it comes to sex?
Definitely.
Well, I don't know if that's fair because the objectives and the means of going about the performance requirements are so different. When it comes to... I'm not struggling. I'm explaining.
You're struggling.
The performance requirements are so different when it comes to sex, Terry, as it pertains to men and women, that you can't really compare them, Terry.
Dude, why would they call it why would you play games? Why would you play the field if it's not a sport? It's a sport, and women are way better at it.
Well, fine. The social world is a sport. The game-playing world I love. That's all sport. That's big-time Olympics.
I would say women are better.
You're talking about when it comes down to actual hardcore sex. You don't even know what you're talking about anymore, Sarah. Yeah, you're struggling, Sarah. You're struggling.
But if there was a championship for it, men would pick up their game.
No. Definitely not.
We'd get all competitive, and
Start
you
training.
guys would go down in defeat again.
And that's why you guys only last, what Terry say, 6 seconds?
Oh, jeez. Well, Terry did say that, but Terry's had it tough.
Oh my God! You knew
everybody's
exactly
story.
what I was talking about when I said that, didn't you?
The secret lies in the
caller knew.
The secret lies in the crowd, Terry. It'll make you last 9 seconds.
Right. Woo!
Mhm.
Come on now. Just accept it.
Listen, Sarah.
Hey,
You
know what? We're allowed to be better at one thing, and that's the one thing that we're good at because God gave us the right to produce babies.
Well, Sarah, you're stretching. All right?
What?
But something tells me you need to, so you can get limber, so we can talk about this later. Anyway, thank you for the call. Not really. 1-866-663. T-Man is the number to call. Dawn and wherever. Yes, Dawn.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you, Dawn?
I'm all right. Hey, I just wanted to talk about Paris real quick about, I don't understand why she didn't choose to do the pay jail.
The pay jail?
Yeah, she had the option of going to, county where she, ended up being there for a whole 5 days. And it wasn't even 5 days. It was, 3 days and, 3 hours.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We've covered that more than a couple of times. Yes. The fact they're shoving 5 days down everyone's throat, Terry, is also part of the just ridiculously of this story. Yes. What do you say now? Pay jail? It's like...
Well, she had the opportunity to, go to a pay jail, where, high-profile people could go and pay, money. It's like a hotel.
Kind of like Club Fed or what Martha Stewart went to.
Yeah,
Martha Stewart didn't go to a county jail. She went more to a country club kind of jail.
Right.
But when she came out, complained about how bad the conditions were and how badly people are treated in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Paris had, for a quick little moment, the idea of showing people that she could do this time. And then the first hour she was in, she had an outright breakdown because she is so not conditioned for this. She is the absolute opposite of a person who's been conditioned for any kind of hard time whatsoever. And this is not, the county jail, Terry, by no means is the most hardcore place you could ever go to jail or prison. All right? Mm-hmm. It's a joke. Especially when you know your sentence is 23 days and the light is so bright at the end of the tunnel that it's not even funny. Just do your time and shut up. Even for
I think she got down on her knees and begged Chewbacca.
But she got actually a light sentence, Terry, and couldn't even come close to getting through the first couple of days.
Right.
And I have in my hand here now exactly, for people who are unclear as to how it all got here, and is she or is she not deserving of a 23-day sentence? That's been a big debate. Have they been hard on Paris? No, they have not been hard on Paris Hilton.
Hard on.
September 7th of 2006. Officers arrest Paris Hilton in Hollywood for investigation of driving under the influence after she was spotted driving erratically. January 15th, Hilton is pulled over by the California Highway Patrol and informed that her license is suspended. She signs a document acknowledging that she is not allowed to drive.
And then drives away.
Less than, or just over a month later, Paris Hilton is ticketed for misdemeanor driving with a suspended license, and a copy of the document that she signed on January 15th is found in her glove compartment.
That's funny.
Sweet.
If that isn't the biggest F-U to authority, Terry,
Right.
I don't know what is.
I know.
The document that she signed acknowledging that she's not supposed to be driving with a suspended license was found in the car about a month later when she got pulled over again. 23 days. Considering this and more is a light sentence. That's part of the reason of how we got here, Terry. Wow. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Back after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Murder. And while Paris Hilton's release is a hot topic around the country, her Simple Life sidekick, Nicole Richie, is talking about her own legal problems on David Letterman's show.
Oh, yeah.
And now Nicole says that she's worried that she may be next to go to jail.
What has gone wrong with young Hollywood?
I can't really speak for anyone else.
Right.
You know, for me, I'm 25 and I'm still growing up, and I've made some bad choices.
The word out this morning is that over the past day or two, if not a little bit more than that, is that Nicole Richie's pregnant, Terry.
Yes.
Finally, something that'll be guaranteed to put some weight on her.
No kidding, because she is tiny.
But that is also kind of true that Nicole Richie has probably done as much or more when it comes to driving under the influence as Paris. But I want to see Paris. It's not like I'm hardcore on just T-Man is so rough on those who have been caught driving under the influence. No, I just want to see Paris go to jail and actually do that time. I just want to see Paris do this time.
Right.
All right? And I have no interest on any kind of level, the same capacity with Nicole Richie. I'm not dying by any means to see her go to jail. What she does, I don't really care.
Right.
But Paris, I want her to do this time. Like everyone else out there. Because even though Nicole Richie won a little bit of a lottery herself out there in this world, I don't think people have that same kind of resentment as they do towards Paris, Terry. Yeah, she got lucky to be adopted by Lionel. But I don't just feel like the same kind of feeling towards Nicole Richie as I do towards Paris.
Yeah, I
Paris, who never lifted her finger her whole life, she's going to do this time, whether she likes it or not, or I will not rest. And I don't care if she has the biggest mental breakdown in the history of breakdowns. It goes into the medical journals for how ridiculous it was. She's doing this 23 days, Terry. Not a lot to ask. Now, what else is going on in the world, Terry, please?
Well, this actually is not my stat of the day, but I thought it was kind of interesting.
I'm glad you're making that clear. So you're going to give us something that probably will be in the form of a percentage kind of situation in this story, but we are to be aware that this does not qualify as your stat of the day.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, here it is. Only 6% of women say that they feel ready to wear a bikini to the beach, according to a recent survey. So
For this season,
yes. For this season.
6% of women out there feel like they are ready to do it.
Right.
That's not a high number. Is that why the story is interesting, Terry?
Yeah.
I think it's right.
Is it?
Yes.
For you?
Because only 6% of you are worthy of putting on a bikini, Terry.
Wow.
The others, dress it up.
At least they know.
Cover it up. No, the reality is men don't care if you're in shape or not. We want to all see you in bikinis.
Really?
Yes. Even if you're hanging all over the place. We want to see you in as little as possible.
Oh.
That's the truth.
Okay.
It's both things I just said are the truth. Only 6% of you are really bikini ready, but we want to see 100% of you in bikinis.
100%.
100%.
I want to see every woman out there. If you have the guts to put it on, I'll be the first to look. And so will a lot of guys. We'll all be the first to look. Who said there could only be one first? We'll all be the first. We'll all tie for first.
All right.
As far as checking you out in that bikini. But this is actually a sign of the times. Women are so just brainwashed into thinking they have to look so perfect, Terry. They're so influenced into thinking, oh, I got to be exactly 107 pounds with my double Ds to put on a bikini that no one's willing to put on a bikini anymore.
That sounds good to me. 107 double Ds.
Wow.
I think it sounds like that we're ready on this program, Terry, for the Not Ready for Summer Bikini Contest.
There you go. Absolutely.
Finally something I can enter.
Who wants to win the T-Man's Not Ready for Summer Bikini Contest?
What's the prize?
Oh, Terry. You don't think I'm going to reward the winner of the Not Ready for Summer Bikini Contest? Wow. I mean, don't you think, Terry, it's just foolish that women think they have to look like Jessica Alba to go to the beach and put on a bikini?
Well, I do, yes, with that statement to a point.
Let me give you a little headline here. Y'all don't look like Jessica Alba.
Right.
So the fact that only 3 out of 50 of you are ready to put on a bikini this summer is pretty sad, don't you think?
Yes, yes.
Women should think more about themselves, that they could just put on a bikini and not look perfect. You don't have to look absolutely perfect.
Right.
You're never,
There's never going to be a perfect
I'll look
body.
perfect. I'll look perfect in a month. You're not going to look perfect in a month. Trust me. I'm not putting on a bikini now because I'm going to look perfect in a month. No.
But there are plenty of two-piece, swimsuits that are complementary to any size body.
Look what Pasty printed out. Man, you can count on him. Oh, no, this came from Stephen Kilbreath. He's really the dirty one, Terry.
Yeah, he tries to hide it.
Mm-hmm. Stephen Kilbreath printed out a picture for us to enjoy that came via Pasty today. Pasty handed it to me. That's why I was confused initially, Terry. Of course I should have known it was Stephen Kilbreath. I hope his wife is listening. This is the man you married. Stephen Kilbreath, because we came up with this topic, and we're talking about it now since you brought it up a couple of minutes ago, Terry, printed or emailed us a picture of a woman that certainly doesn't belong in a bikini, Terry, in just that type of swimwear.
But you wanted to see it, 100%.
Yeah, well, but
you're really just doing what I want, I see.
You said 100%, though, that every woman you want to see in a bikini.
That's right, and I want to see this woman, but the fact that you printed it out is just a little bit intriguing to me. Mm-hmm.
It looks good, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Still want to see it, though.
All over that.
That's true. Anything you can print out off the internet, I want to see, huh?
Let me just put it this way. You're going to need a lot of flour.
wow.
You'll have a cake when you're done.
Terry, I think you should speak up on behalf of women, Terry. Even though I speak for all women, I'm telling you, ladies, stop being so damn insecure. Stop being so brainwashed by TV that you're feeling so self-conscious that you can't get yourself in a damn bikini this summer.
No, but I think, though, that, there are plenty of every shape, size, body out there where they would look fine in a two-piece. Granted, there are some who, probably know that like the one picture you just showed me.
It's all about psychology, though,
But
Terry. And the fact that women mentally...
And society, and how society deems that we should look.
The pressures
of the men.
It's all about what you feel in your head, what you feel in your mind, Terry. And the fact that only 6% of women out there, in their minds, feel like they're ready to put on a bikini this summer speaks volumes for the way women are thinking these days. You're so self-conscious, and you're so underwhelmed with how you feel about yourselves, that it's actually pretty sad. And you're blaming men, and you're blaming society and TV and media for putting you in that position?
Yes.
You feel like you had no choice but to feel this way?
I don't think it's a choice.
Be stronger! What, do you got to win the Belmont Stakes? Feel good about your gender?
No, I'm
Here's
just
what people
saying
think.
there is a lot of pressure, but I do agree that women need to have a lot more self-confidence in themselves and say, regardless of what society or a man who's not even somebody close to them thinks.
I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, I'm cool with my thighs, and I'm cool with my upper arms, but my stomach, I need a month. I need a month before I can put on my bikini. Don't wait a month. Men want to see you now. I don't care what your thighs, your upper arms, your stomachs. I don't care what it looks like. Put it on. Go to the beach. Get some sun.
That's good.
That helps, too.
Yeah, that does.
Fat tan is better than fat white.
Mm-hmm.
All looked
for
it up now.
anybody.
That is a fascinating. That should be the stat of the day, Terry. The fact that he didn't make that the stat of the day, I can only imagine what the stat of the day is. Only 6% of women out there, as it stands right now. What is it? June 8th, 2007. Terry, we're in the heart of the. Well, we're not completely in the heart, but we're certainly inside of the go to the pool beach season.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this isn't May anymore.
Right.
We certainly aren't in April anymore. We're in June. We're in full swing. If you're not ready for your bikini now, when are you going to be ready?
Next
Labor
year.
Day?
Right.
Christmas?
It'll be so hot during Christmas, my bikini.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad you can't see it.
Would Terry have one on right now? Would you go to the beach today in a bikini?
Yes, I would.
Wow. Terry don't care.
I actually would, because I tried on my swimsuit the other day.
Let me know when you walk by so I can look the other way.
It's fine. Not here for you.
I don't care what y'all think. I'm going out in my bikini.
So really?
Well, but it's
self-confident, so that's good.
What it is I found a suit that is complimentary to my body.
Oh, and you have the
and
overall
I'm
confidence
fine
anyway.
With that. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm good with that.
Well, this must be quite the magical suit.
It is the magical suit.
One piece.
Nope,
Shorts and
it's
a
two.
sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not even shorts and a sweatshirt. It's not even boy shorts.
Wow. So you, whenever you do hit the pool, whenever you do hit the beach, whenever Tara hits the sandy shores,
And her heels?
you will be wearing a bikini because you,
Yes.
in your mind, you're ready, and you're one of the 6% of women out there who is just raring to go.
That's great.
Yes.
Good for you.
Give her a applause, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
I'm not ready.
The question is,
Yes.
do we believe her?
I'm feeling good these days.
It's easy to say in the cushiness of this little studio here that Terry's all ready to throw on a bikini, but if it actually came down to, let's say she was going to the beach tomorrow, would she be putting on that bikini, or would at the last minute she be pulling an audible at the line of scrimmage and throwing on the biggest covering one piece you could ever find in the swim world? That's the real question, Terry. When push
Send
comes,
me to a beach and let's go.
when
I think
push
she'd do it.
when push comes to shove, are you really ready to step on to the beach in that bikini? Because
Yes.
only 6% of women are.
I'm ready.
Man, what are the beaches going to look like this summer if 94% of women out there aren't wearing bikinis?
What hot beach you sending me to?
Mm.
Because I'm ready to go.
They may not be ready, but they're still going to wear them.
Right, that is true. That's another truth.
Eddie in Oakland feels like he has the reason for this. Yes, Eddie.
Hey, is this T-Man?
Yes, Eddie. What's on your mind? I saw you wanted to comment
about
on
that.
this, so I threw you right up.
Yeah, about that subject about the 6% women ready for the summer. I think that's more women getting ready for other women to look at them.
So it's all about the competition. Women are more concerned with the competition these days than ever, Terry.
That's always been true. That is true.
No, I think it's more true now than ever. And if you're not number one on the beach, you ain't going to be number two.
Girl, look at that bitch's thighs.
Jesus, you make a great woman.
I do, yeah. I'd be a great woman.
So more than ever before, Eddie is picking up on the fact that nobody wants to be second place or even worse, Terry. So because of the competitiveness you're feeling towards other women, that's why you're reluctant to put on the bikini. Pretty sad if you ask me. Get your ass to the gym. What are you guys waiting for if you got so many problems? I don't see the gym overloaded with women working their asses off, literally, Terry. I see a lot of socializers in that gym.
Yeah. If you go to the gym in the summer months, it's like a ghost town.
I know, that is true.
We're in the heat of summer, Terry.
Definitely
We're in June, and I don't see women. I don't see 94% of the women who are reluctant to put on their bikini making sure they can get it on by July. Eddie, thank you for the call. Anything else you wanted to add?
No, just one more thing. Most men, we like all types of
Yeah, we want all women to be in bikinis. Well, don't feel like you got to be in tip-top shape to throw on the two-piece. Put on a little J-string, no matter what you're looking like, Terry. Give it a whirl.
We like the fatsies as well as the skinny ones.
Now, this picture may be a little bit of a stretch, but
Right,
yeah,
right,
Mark.
you think.
I don't know if I want to roll up on her.
That woman's not wearing that to the beach, though.
Yeah,
Right.
she's wearing it on her dick.
You don't have to worry about it, yeah.
Right.
This deck has been heavily reinforced. And we'll... Eddie, thank you for the call.
But if she did, you applaud the confidence of her?
I would absolutely applaud the confidence. The fact that she's wearing it to be pictured at all. I applaud the confidence of this woman, Terry. A lot more do I feel for her than the 96% of women out there are like, oh, I'm not putting on a bikini yet. I'm not putting on a bikini yet means I'm not putting on a bikini at all this summer. Women believe in this magical change. It ain't going to happen. So just have the confidence overall to look pretty good and go to the beach.
Right.
Pretty good is fine.
Do what I do and stay in the water.
Man, why are you so damn self-conscious?
Stay home.
Gee, I wonder why.
Answer me!
Gosh.
Because women are getting ridiculed more than ever? Is that what you're getting at, Terry? What are you getting at? I'm not sure I understand your specific point
I think you do.
here.
I think you know that I mean, it is tough when you are with your significant other and you do feel a little subconscious when you think that, hey, I'm feeling good about myself, yet, you have society, your man out there looking at others and then making maybe even comments to you about, that does wear on you a little bit.
Pass me a sandwich and a soda there, Fatty.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it like... or is it just...
Easy, Terry.
Breaking
Paris Hilton, breaking news. Easy, man. I told you I'd keep you posted. Yeah, my ears. Not on. Heard that in the movie once.
I think it's a tip.
Yes. I told you I'd keep you posted every step of the way with this court hearing, Terry, that I was a little concerned would never take place at 9 a.m. this morning, as we have been told now for almost a good, solid 12 to 24 hours that this new hearing was going to take place, that Paris will be chucked back in jail.
Yeah.
TMZ.com, they are all over it, man. TMZ.com is the source of everything that is important nowadays. Yes, that's right. TMZ.com has learned that there is a battle raging inside the courtroom between Paris's lawyer and the city attorney and the sheriff's department over the decision to allow Paris to appear by phone.
Oh, see?
For her court case this morning. She just doesn't want to show up.
Paris,
get your ass to court right now.
Joke. She knows if she goes, she's there.
Right.
So what?
Back in the slammer.
Yep,
so be it.
She's ready to hit the road.
I heard they're going to transport her with a county vehicle, too.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go pick her up and bring her in.
Come and get her or whatever. By mule, whatever it takes, Terry.
That'd be funny if it was by mule.
Juan Valdez is going to come get her.
Why do I feel like she's at least having discussions behind closed doors of making a run for it right now, Terry?
I know.
All right? Trust me, that's happening. Whether she pulls the trigger on it or not, she probably won't.
It sounded kind of funny the first time you said it, but now I think it might happen. Like, it wouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world if she ran for it. That'd be rad.
Would that just make your day, Terry, if she made a run for it?
Yeah,
Dog the bounty hunters chasing her down the road.
All of a sudden, Pacey goes running out for more breaking news and says, hurry, turn on the TV. She's making a run for it.
The fact that she wants to do this, the fact that she wants to do this court case by phone knows that she's dead to rights, Terry, and the end of this court case is concluded with her being chucked back in jail, and she wants to do anything she can within her legal right, with all her attorneys working feverishly to try to figure out a way to keep her out of jail. Can she appear by phone?
I know.
This just gets more ridiculous by the second.
Very ridiculous.
I don't know how much more hate I can pile on top of the heap of hate that I have for Paris Hilton right now.
She doesn't want people to see her rash, though. You can't go outside.
Can I appear by phone? The audacity of this, Terry. The audacity of this woman never ends. Never ends!
I figure if Michael Jackson can make it to court, anybody can make it to court.
Okay, and he even danced on top of his little SUV or limo.
Right, in his little Captain Crunch outfit.
Right,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Moonwalked for a minute.
Chris Rock's so funny. Anyway, so that's the latest, Terry.
Wow.
They're haggling over whether she can appear by phone for the 9 o'clock court proceeding to determine whether it might have been a bad move for them to let her go from her 23-day jail sentence yesterday.
Hold on, Judge. I got call waiting.
I don't even know why they have to have this proceeding, Terry.
Right.
It was absolutely absurd for them to let her go. End of story. No need for a court case. The person who let her go, this sheriff Lee Baca, can kiss his career goodbye. If he works another day in L.A., it's one day too many.
She'll be on her cell phone talking to her friend. God, this guy won't shut up in the courtroom. Blah, 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 blah. I got things to do. Let's wrap this up, Chief.
Can she appear by phone? Are you kidding me? Is that where we're at right now? She better get dressed, Terry.
Yep, she better.
Because supposedly this courtroom proceeding begins in 45 minutes. Why do I have a feeling it's not starting on time?
Right. There's a little bit of traffic in L.A. last I checked.
TMZ.com has learned there's a legal battle raging inside the courtroom as we speak right now between Paris's lawyer, the city attorney, and the sheriff's department over whether Paris is allowed to appear in today's case by phone.
That is so
Could it
ridiculous.
become more of a joke than it is right
I
now,
know.
Terry?
It's embarrassing.
She is going to do these 23 days whether it kills us all. All right? No one should rest until this woman is done. 23 complete days in jail. It's more important to me than ever, Terry, that she does these 23 days. All right?
I know.
You understand?
No, I do.
The gravity here?
I know.
Oh.
If the judge had any sort of, situation there, he would put it back up to 45 days in jail after all this nonsense.
Yes.
I mean, she had it good.
After all the audacity she's shown now, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
The sentence should be 45 days in jail.
Thought I was being nice to you, but apparently I'm not. So.
I thought I was being nice when I didn't make a big stink, Terry, on the air about them reducing her sentence from 45 to 23 days, which would have happened to nobody else out there but Paris Hilton. So we will keep you posted as more of these ridiculous details surface, don't you know? Mm-hmm.
The T-Man Show.
In golf, scoring a birdie is a good thing.
Oh.
But did Rob Lowe accidentally notch a once-in-a-lifetime killer birdie?
Oh, geez.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unbelievable. That thing went down like a stone.
Wow.
The star was golfing in Iowa yesterday, and of course his female fans were watching closely.
Yeah.
When suddenly Rob's ball hit and killed a goldfinch in mid-flight.
I got a bird. Unfortunately, it was the state bird. And he's little. It's not like I hit a goose.
He sounds uncomfortably gleeful about this, Terry. He hit a bird, and he's not the first person to ever do that. I once told you a story about a guy who, I wasn't playing with him at the time, but he used to work here. It's just the most weird story ever. Do you know the story? Do you remember the story? Do you need me to refresh you on the story,
so.
Terry?
Go ahead. I think I know.
It's just and I know it's true because the people who all told me, they're not lying. You would think if you heard it through people from one to another, it was like you heard a third-party kind of story.
Right.
As I guess I did, you would not believe it. If you heard it through a friend of a friend of a friend, you would say, oh, that's not true. That can't be true. But I heard it from enough people that were with him that day. This is a true story. And when I tell you, you won't even believe it. I think it was a swan. Are there such things as swans? Have you ever heard of a swan?
Yes.
Swan.
What was it?
It was a goose.
It was a goose.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a swan. It was a goose, Terry.
All right.
Hot Fudge Scott also heard this story.
That's wild.
It's the most wild. Rob Lowe hitting a bird is a wild story, and it's kind of in that same kind of vein, Terry, but still, so to speak.
The funniest sad story ever.
Mm-hmm.
Funniest sad story
And the fact that we know this guy personally adds to it, and you won't get that part of it. He's like the most ogreish oaf you can really picture, okay?
Right.
He's not very athletic at all. Not that you have to be to play golf.
Right.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an athletic sport whatsoever. The people who play think they're athletes, but they're not. Anyway.
He wasn't really bright either. Right?
Mm-hmm. He's not a very bright guy.
45-year-old intern.
He's a 45-year-old intern, basically. All right, but a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy in a harmless kind of oaf way.
Okay.
All right? Can you picture that at all?
He's Lenny from Of Mice and Men. He's accidentally kills little animals,
I don't know who that is, but picture whoever is like the
Nicest
oversized, nice, kind of, not the sharpest knife in the drawer kind of guy who is not feeling bad about his life because he doesn't know any better.
Okay.
All right? The fact that he's a 45-year-old intern at a radio station, he's happy about. Kind of.
Okay.
You know, he's satisfied with his life because I don't think he ever expected that much. And that's a nice way to be, I guess.
Sure. Being an intern's a step up from AA.
Right. So anyway, he goes out golfing with some people here.
Right.
And he steps up at the tee, and keep in mind, he's an oversized guy. He's about 6'5", and he weighs about close to, I would say, 3 bills. And
wow,
not the kind of guy you would think is the most agile, the most fluid swing as far as golf is concerned. But you never know from person to person. So anyway, he gets up at the tee there, and there's a goose in the water about a foot off the ground, which is where a lot of golf shots go if you're not a professional.
Right.
If you're lucky to get it off the ground at all. And the goose is swimming by in the water about 50 feet ahead of the tee, so it's not like he drove it all the way down the fairway there and happened to hit a bird. No, the goose is swimming around thinking he's safe because most people on the golf course can get it. I mean, the 1 in a million shot. Anyway, the goose is swimming by, takes his big tee shot, bam! Right in the goose's, and the goose is on land. It's not in the water. Just walking on the grass. Right in the goose's craw, the side of the goose, and it's stuck in his body. The ball is literally stuck in the goose's body. The goose is making sounds that are just not goose sounds. Just like a plaintive wail, as you heard that phrase once, Terry. Just like wailing in pain. It's not a happy story as I tell it right now, okay?
It doesn't sound like it would feel really good.
No, this is not a feel-good story as it stands right now.
Right.
But a 1 in a million shot, and the ball is still lodged in the goose, and the goose is still alive. So this guy, without hesitation, this guy named Mike, doesn't even think, but reacts so quickly, he sprints over to the goose with his club and starts pounding the goose on the head.
No.
Pounding the goose on the head. Just pounding him nonstop. And people are just standing there with their mouths open, shocked. What is this guy doing? First he hits the goose. The ball is lodged in there. The goose is wailing in pain. And now he's beating the crap out of the goose. Just pounding the hell out of the goose, Terry. Wouldn't stop.
He'd hit it once, miss once, hit it once to kind of prolong it, you know? Because it's running around like crazy.
He was swinging, he was making contact, he was swinging, he was missing, he was swinging again, he was swinging, just nonstop pounding the goose, Terry.
To try to put it out of his misery or get his ball.
He thought he was doing it.
He immediately, immediately, without thinking, sprinted over there. His reaction was, I have to put this goose out of its misery, and some would certainly say that is the right way to go about it. The goose was certainly in some drastic pain.
Yes.
But the fact that he was so violently and just without even thinking for a second, what do I do here, just sprung to action and just starts pounding the crap out of the goose, Terry. This is the saddest story you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is just so shocked. They're not even over the shock that he hit the goose with the ball. And the next thing they know, he's running over to the goose.
I know, it's classic, man.
He's running over to the goose. He sprints at top speed. He sprints over to the goose, and he's pounding the crap out of the goose.
Size 15 shoes flying down the golf course with the club in hand. Man.
And people are just...
I better club up with the big goose. Give me my driver.
And eventually the goose does as he hopes it will and dies.
Well, what he initially started, right?
And yet people on the golf course are just with their eyes wide and their mouth just dropped, their jaw to the floor. They've never seen such a thing from one part of it to the next. And then he explains, hey, the goose was in big misery. I had no choice. And
he's a real humanitarian.
And while no one could argue with him, just the way he went about
down,
it
right.
was just so unbelievable that it's quite a story and one I'll never forget, even though I wasn't there, and yet I feel like I was.
Makes you wonder if you have a sick child in front of him, what he'll do. No, it's fine. I'll go to the doctor. Back off.
No, I know what to do here. I know exactly how to handle this. Bam!
I know what to do.
Did he finish the hole?
I think he might have gotten booted. Why do you got to make the story into...
That is crazy. Yeah, that would be kind of shocking to see that. I mean, probably nobody finished the day. They're probably
It's like, all right, beer time.
We need a drink after that.
We didn't get very far. We were on hole 1 here, but that's enough golf from me today. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Great
golf course, you can't even wear a tank top, much less kill animals on the course.
I know.
The funniest thing is, if you knew this guy, Terry, not a violent guy at all, to my knowledge, doesn't seem like the type, one of those... gentle giant kind of guys.
Right. Who you think, God, what a great guy, would never harm anybody type
You wouldn't be afraid if you were 5'5" to fight him because he just looks kind of like someone you could just easily beat up, Terry.
Sure.
Kind of helpless, you know.
6'5", helpless kind of guy, and just thought he was doing the right thing, whether he was or not. I guess and one person's opinion.
He never got in any trouble or anything, did he?
No one really knew about it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he would get in trouble for that. It began as an accident. His shot was just a 1 in a million accident.
Right.
And then what he did in reaction to that, one may say was the right thing to actually do, but the way he went about it was just ridiculous.
Yeah. The noise the goose was making was scaring the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
Man. Clubbing it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Rob Lowe, we got one up on you. Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty much the moral of the story.
But didn't also, too, the pitcher Randy Johnson, like one of his...
Oh, there have been a lot of sports stories like that. Right. There was a guy named Deion James who once played for the Atlanta Braves, Terry, who hit a batted ball that struck a bird in flight.
Oh, my gosh.
And the bird went straight down to the field. Randy Johnson was throwing a fastball, and it looks, if you ever saw that video, like it's some kind of prank, but the bird explodes and like
disappears.
50,000 feathers go flying.
Fabio took one off the face.
Oh, that's right.
On the roller coaster.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Ozzy bit one, the old legend has it.
When suddenly Rob's ball hit and killed a goldfinch in mid-flight.
I got a bird. Unfortunately, it was the state bird. And he's little. It's not like I hit a goose. Unbelievable. And I'm going to stuff him and put him in my office on Brothers and Sisters.
All right, you know what? Maybe you should leave the writing, the material for his writers, Terry.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because, man, he doesn't sound very sensitive about what he did. No one knows how to react when something when an accident like that happens.
Right, yeah.
You feel a little bad.
Yeah. You do.
You're not feeling that from Rob Lowe here, are you?
No, not really. He's like, stuff it.
He should know better than the big 45-year-old oversized intern, right, Terry?
Yeah, I would think so.
Another of Rob's errant shots nearly drilled a tournament official. Yikes.
I just said, look, don't sue me, please. I can't have that kind of publicity.
Whoever's laughing in the background is going to encourage him and give him false encouragement enough that he's going to go out and do stand-up now. Because I don't know what the guy's laughing at.
Well, you don't see a lot of stars in Iowa.
Is that where it was, in Iowa?
Local press, very enamored.
Got it.
Oh, my goodness.
He's so handsome.
He's a guy that's lucky the internet wasn't around when he was back in his day.
Oh, I know. Yeah, remember when he got in trouble?
All the scandalous behaviors he was doing.
Filmed with like 15-year-olds. It's unbelievable.
What else is going on, Terry? Keep in mind, the hearing in the L.A. County Courthouse is scheduled still at this moment for 9 a.m., although I have a small suspicion that it could either be postponed or I want this to happen, Terry.
Right.
After all that we went through yesterday, hearing this breaking news that you gave us that turned into the whole day's conversation, I better not hear sometime around 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever, that the courthouse proceedings have been either pushed back, canceled, whatever. Paris better get her ass back to court, and then ultimately it seems like she'll be thrown back in jail, which shouldn't have had to happen in the first place. Right. Now, what else is going on, Terry? What else is happening?
Sad news this morning. The inventor of Cheese Whiz has died.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Jesus, Terry. I know. What are we all going to do as a society now?
I don't know.
How do we make it? I feel like completely...
Travesty.
He wants that.
I don't know if I feel safe anymore.
He was born in Chicago in 1915.
Cheese Whiz. Is there really such a thing? It wasn't an urban legend, Terry?
No, God. I ate a lot of that in college. Woo.
Yes.
That's the busiest 3 months of my life.
So that's like liquid cheese or what?
It's cheese in a can, my friend.
Oh, my God, it's the best thing ever.
When you're really lazy?
Yeah, because slicing cheese is a pain.
That's right. Too much effort required in slicing cheese. You need it in a push can.
Oh, you just move your finger. Half an inch.
More than just cheese in it, though, I think.
Yeah.
It's like processed and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. Stephen is an ingredient reader.
So it's not cheese straight from the ground, Stephen? It grows on trees?
Straight from the ground,
It's processed like every other kind of cheese?
Well, it's different than cutting it off of a loaf of cheese, I think.
A loaf?
Is that what we call a cheese loaf?
That's what we call you.
All right.
Yeah.
He does have like a nice resume of things that he accomplished in his life, but
So it's more than just Cheese Whiz?
Yes.
Because I don't know if I'd want that on my tombstone, Terry. Invented Cheese Whiz. Nothing else. He did other things.
Very wealthy.
Very wealthy. He broke ground by hiring women, violating the fast food company's rules, his wife said.
I'll go down in history for hiring women, Terry.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, all right,
Give them a little Cheese Whiz.
Give them a little loaf.
He also did research on E. coli.
Oh, it's very exciting.
So he's
all right, whatever.
But,
save it for the eulogy. Anyway. Sounds like a really tough loss.
Kind of sad,
that
though.
we're all suffering from. All right, we'll all have a little bit of Cheese Whiz today in honor of the great man that was
Edwin Trayman.
Terry can't even pronounce his name.
He's Latvian.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
He had such an impactful life.
Right.
And what age did he die at?
Well, he was born in 91. 1915 was when he was born, so 91, yeah.
He was 91.
He was 91.
We should all be so fortunate to live such a long and fulfilling life.
Yeah, married 44 years.
Now, I don't feel bad about taking the cheese whiz straight to the mouth.
Okay.
Bypass that whole pesky cracker thing.
What year did it hit the streets? Cheese whiz.
How about straight to the toilet? Get the middleman.
The T-Man Show.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, that's a nice way to end it. Anyway.
Show what happened earlier.
Let's
Okay.
Sorry.
You mean like 30 seconds into the song?
From the very beginning.
Wow. Terry, you're not a fan of that song? Well, you're just not.
Cannot stand it.
All right.
Wow.
Not a fan of the song
Not a
yet.
fan.
Maybe it'll grow on you.
No.
Anyway. As we have now discussed, as we're sitting here doing what we do, the battles continue over whether Paris Hilton is allowed to appear in her 9 o'clock hearing this morning via the phone lines in the courtroom, Terry. Let us put her on speakerphone.
Right.
Because Paris is like, I know what you're trying to do. You're not going to trick me. You're trying to throw me back in jail.
She figured that out all on her own.
So if I can appear by phone, then you can't grab me.
That's how it works.
This is so ridiculous. All right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Get your ass to jail. First to court. Let them make it all legal, and then throw you back in jail.
Right.
The fact that they have to go through this is absurd, Terry. What else? What else is happening this morning, please? And then I'm going back to the phones. 1-866-663. T-Man is the number to call. Yes, Terry.
There's a new STD that has made a huge surge in the United States, and it's already more common than gonorrhea.
There's a new STD out there?
Yeah.
Have I heard of it? Or is it really that new that I haven't heard of it? Is it that new?
I've never heard of it, so yeah, I mean, I don't think you have either, so it's very new.
Is this the one finally that makes your speckle fall off,
I
Terry?
don't know.
I knew it was coming.
We've been hearing about this for a long time. Does it make a man's thingy just fall off or what? Is this the one? Is it finally here?
No. It's called Mycoplasma genitalium.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that.
A new STD.
A new STD climbing the charts.
Yes. Out new today.
They'd come up with a better name than that.
What is it called again?
Mycoplasma genitalium.
All right.
Okay. It can cause an inflammation.
STDs usually have pretty cool names, like gonorrhea or syphilis or chlamydia.
That is
This
cool.
one's not even close.
Well, what do you...
Or
All
even,
right, whatever.
or even AIDS, if you consider that an STD, Terry. I guess it would be transmitted sexually, so
Right.
amongst other ways. What's the last STD on record as far as being the last one to introduce itself before this new one that you're talking about? Is it that one that the vaccine is being
HPV?
debated about? Or has that one been around for a while?
That's been around a while.
Kind of really just hit full stride now.
Yeah.
That's been around a while.
Yes.
It's tearing up the charts.
So is HIV still the last introduced STD on record, or there's probably others, but I'm not having any come to mind. What's the last STD?
Wow, good question.
To join the
CDC
class.
came out with
You know, when you got that new student in class, and the teacher would make that announcement the day before, we got a new student tomorrow, and you got all...
I hope she's hot.
You got all excited hoping she was hot? What's the last... Come on, Stan, what's the last STD before this? Terry's telling us about a new and exciting STD out there.
And exciting. Woohoo!
Well, maybe not by its classic definition, Terry, not like that. But anyway, one to be certainly aware of. That's, you're saying, hitting the ground running.
Yeah,
to
more
the point.
common than gonorrhea.
It's already past gonorrhea in its early introductional moments.
Yes.
What's the last one?
I don't know.
That's a very good question.
Last one discovered. I don't know.
Well, it's probably like hurricanes. You don't hear about the little ones.
know, the little
Exactly.
Like we're already on the C's or the D's in hurricanes, and you didn't really hear about the first three. But, all right, so the last major one to our knowledge, if it's not the one that they're trying to get statewide vaccinations for in Texas, the HPV.
HPV and X,
Is that the one that causes like cervical cancer?
Yes,
that's that one.
There's different forms, yeah.
Then we're probably thinking it's HIV. I don't know of any others that are on my radar.
Yeah, we had the gonorrhea and syphilis talk before AIDS, so...
Oh, gonorrhea and syphilis way before AIDS.
Long time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right. Sorry to sidetrack you, Terry.
That's really interesting.
I'm surprised Stephen hasn't Wikipedia.
Well, I Wikipedia'd STDs, but they don't give the dates that they came out. So.
Right, type in the latest and greatest STD. Come on.
Okay.
Anyway.
It can cause an inflammation of the urethra in men or an inflammation of the cervix in women.
Where's my urethra exactly? Wherever it is, I think it hurts.
Yeah, I think
definitely
it
would
does.
hurt. That's the
I think it's just psychologically now. Terry's got me thinking it hurts. Where is it supposed to be, Terry? Yeah, that's where it hurts.
Right. It can cause infertility, by the way.
Oh, wow. Bonus.
Net worth. And but they say that in many cases it is completely symptom free, so that's why so many people don't know that they have it. It doesn't burn when you go to the bathroom or there's no.
Oh, cool. Doesn't sound that bad, Terry.
Well,
actually, though, the coolest thing in the world to me is having kids. Who wants to be next? Step right up. So it could.
But it can be treated with antibiotics.
Oh, okay. So this is no biggie.
Well,
this is no big whoop STD.
Letting you know, though, that it's out there.
Getting us all worried that our schlongs are about to fall off.
Well, maybe next time you go for your yearly exam, you run one of those tests.
Let me see that story. Where'd you get this crackpot story?
American Journal of Public Health and Reuters Health.
Oh, so you're showing me how reputable your sources are here. Very impressive. Mm-hmm. According to the American Journal of Public Health, already 1% of Americans age 18 to 27 have this new and exciting STD. Wow. I'm not reading verbatim, Terry, don't you know? I'm adding my own word here or there. Microplasma genitalium.
Should give some away on the after show.
We're giving it away now.
It's a brand new, fresh and clean STD, not so clean, and it's already passed the amount of people that are currently infected with gonorrhea, which supposedly, as we speak right now, 0.4% of young Americans have at this time. But a full 1% of Americans age 18 to 27 have this new STD. But since no one really knows about it that much, very few people are realizing that they are infected at this time.
Mm-hmm. What are the long-term effects? Do we know?
Mm-hmm. At worst, it can cause infertility, says the story by Terry Free.
Wow.
But in a lot of cases, you can have it forever and never really have any issues with it. If I am paraphrasing correctly here. Yes, I believe I am. It can be treated with antibiotics. You mentioned that, Terry?
I did.
That's no big deal.
Yes. Throw a little amoxicillin down your throat. Everyone will be fine. Oh, yes. It's mostly asymptomatic. What's the big deal here, Terry? Getting everyone all worked up.
I'm just trying to inform the folks out there.
And it's so new that they're not even recommending any kind of screening test for it. So we got you all worked up over nothing.
It's not a problem until 10% of the people have it. Then we'll screen
or if it really starts to hurt.
Yeah.
All right, so if you were panicked over the past couple of minutes, you can now move on.
Cancel your appointment at the STD clinic.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
Probably should keep it if you were going to do it that quickly.
Yeah, okay.
Terry with these big, bold, scare headlines. There's a new STD out there. First one in forever. Because, again, I can't think of any new STDs. There's been like a nice run of years without any new STDs. No one's making them in their basement anymore.
We've been doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Because you know those rumors were out there, Terry, that someone invented AIDS in their basement.
Really?
Yeah, you never heard that one?
No, I never heard that one.
That HIV started... Well, it's probably obviously not true. Yeah. But some... What do you call them? Like conspiracy theorists thought that somebody originally invented the first manipulation of HIV and then just sent it out through the pipes of his basement.
And the government told him to, right?
I don't know how it goes. I don't listen to that crap. But anyway, you have heard that one.
I have heard that.
Okay,
so the government told the guy to do it, or he was a chemist who was able to do this for them.
A chemist?
Or a scientist, something. I don't know. Mathematician. I don't know.
What was the reason behind the government wanting people to die from having sex?
Overpopulation!
Oh, all right. That makes sense.
And it was supposed to stay in the gay community.
Yeah, it was supposed to stay in the gay community.
But too many gay people were getting all heterosexual.
Well, they better hire a new scientist if they thought that was going to work.
Oh, now you're intrigued by this theory, aren't you?
I think it's great. Overpopulation. I'm all for it. Send it to China.
Oh, geez.
They can use it, too. They got 1 billion people.
Wow.
This whole planet's overpopulated.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm all for it, man. That's great.
Wow, you're all for
wiping
people
people out.
making concoctions that ultimately lead to there being widespread epidemics out there.
If somebody can create AIDS in their basement, that's pretty sweet. They'll do it at home, kit.
Needs an extra drop of Retsin.
Retsin does seem very effective, doesn't it?
Can you just figure these chemists down in their basement coming up with these diseases that they're like, okay, it's perfect, let it loose.
Yeah. How do I let it loose?
I don't know.
Wow.
Let me shove it in my anus. Okay, it's been let loose. Run, world, run. Wow, so this is the latest and greatest. This is the newest STD out there, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
All STDs should be so powerful. Yeah, there's a new STD out there that'll do nothing to you. Except maybe over the long run cause some infertility, but you'll have a vasectomy by then, so you'll be fine.
Wow.
There's no discharge.
Yeah, no burning.
No burning. No nothing.
They'll make STDs like they used to.
These wimpy, these wussy boy STDs.
Back in my day, I screamed in agony every morning.
I couldn't take a pee.
Is that what you tell your children growing up?
You don't have STDs today.
You don't know from STDs, my friend.
Dad, I think I have an STD.
Girly STDs.
Walking bow-legged to the clinic.
Yeah.
Hurts so bad.
We didn't complain. 1-866-663 T-Man. Back to the phones we go. Jerry is next up. Jerry's been waiting a while. Yes, Jerry.
I have 3 theories, 3 points.
All right.
The first one is the reason why the female is in the Belmont.
Yes.
You said the lineup was soft this year.
Yes.
What won't chase for sex?
What was that?
What man won't chase for sex is to see the guys.
Well done, Jerry. Not really. What man won't chase women for sex? Yeah. All right, number 2 point. Yes, Jerry.
Number 2, does anybody remember the Battle of the Sexes with the tennis? Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs.
Only Terry.
Front row.
Like it was yesterday.
That was her first date.
What about it?
And number 3.
Yes?
If Paris Hilton does go on a chase, it'll be a slow one like O.J. Simpson's.
I'm not sure I get the humor, but thanks for the call, Jerry. 1-866-663 T-Man.
Jerry's going to kill at Comedy Jam.
Is the number to call. Where to go now? Jordan in Tacoma. Yes, you're on the air, Jordan.
Oh, hello.
What's up?
Not much. Anyways, I was calling about the show that you guys did the other day.
All right.
Well, my husband, he's currently in Iraq, and when he comes home, he wants to be the massage therapist, you know, the one rubbing all over other girls and stuff.
He's already told you.
We know what a massage therapist
He's already told you what his plans are when he gets back from Iraq. This is what he's been thinking about while he's fighting the bad guys. He's over there planning his next move in life, and that's to be a massage therapist. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Interesting thoughts to be running through the mind of the soldier, Terry.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I just
He
killed
did
you.
not that.
I just killed you. Whatever. You're breaking my train of thought. I can't wait to rub bodies.
He was thinking about that before he even went.
Oh,
so,
I see. How old's your husband?
My husband, he's 20.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
And how long's your husband been away from you?
He left last June.
Wow. So it's been it's been a year.
Wow.
Yeah, he was supposed to be back this month, but he got
Of course
extended till
not. So
October.
how have you been taking care of your 20-year-old sexual needs over the past year?
I've been faithful, you know.
Well, let me ask that question again so we can get the real creepy moan out of Kilbreath.
Okay.
How have you been taking care of your 20-year-old sexual needs over the past year?
How does any girl take care of her sexual needs?
So you're telling us that in an effort to be faithful to your husband, that you're...
Of course.
Wow,
of
she's
course.
married at age 20, Terry. Let me check the calendar. Is this 1956?
No.
No, this is 2007.
Correct.
What the hell is a 20-year-old girl doing married in 2007? More importantly, what is a 20-year-old guy doing married in 2007, Terry?
How old's your children?
New STDs.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying in an effort to be faithful to your husband, I'm assuming this is what you're alluding to, you've been gratifying yourself, you've been doing things to yourself over the past year.
I've been been doing what I have to do, yes. I'm not going to lie.
Well, maybe I'm not reading into this right, Terry. Maybe I should be considering that when she's saying she's doing what she has to do, she's cheating on him in one of those don't ask, don't tell policies of a different variety. Don't ask, don't tell. We have this agreement that while you're away, I can do as I please because I have needs. And she's cheating on him, Terry, with a local community college boy that walks to school every day.
No, I've been doing what I have to do while staying faithful.
So you have not engaged.
I have been faithful to my husband. 100%.
Let me finish the question, please.
Hey, T-Man, she's been faithful to her husband.
You have not gotten yourself all intertwined, twirled up, all twisted up in another man's body in the past year that your husband's been away.
Not one time.
You have not done anything whatsoever. You have not even seen any male organ in the past 12 months.
No, I have not.
Raise your hand.
I love my husband.
No one's denying you don't love your husband, but you're 20, and 20 is a very important age, Terry.
So you're saying if you were away from your wife for a year, you couldn't do it? Is that what you're saying?
If I was away from my wife for a weekend, I wouldn't be able to make it.
Well, not at 20, for sure.
Of course, I go away all the time, Terry, so that really doesn't...
I know. I'm like going...
sound very good right now. All right, guilty as charged. Anyway, all right, so she wants us to believe, Terry. How many of us here believe? She sounds pretty adamant about it. She doesn't seem like she comes across as any kind of very easy-to-spot kind of liar.
Come across!
And yet, how many of us believe that for the past 12 months she has not seen another male organ other than the last one she saw, which was her husband's, in the past calendar year? Raise your hand if you believe her. Terry's too busy typing away in the chat room to even raise her hand.
No,
What are you typing right now, Terry?
Well, first of all, Angel is dancing around. He's on video, and then they keep going with the subject that we're talking about.
Right.
So
you're
talking about the girl.
While we're talking about it on the air, you're talking about it in the chat room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want me to let this girl know that she's BSing.
So you don't even have a free hand to raise your hand because you're too busy typing.
I don't believe her.
You don't believe her?
Oh, that is messed up.
Wow, I thought you'd be the one maybe that did believe her, Terry.
You just picked a side.
Why is it...
She didn't even know what you were talking about.
She wasn't listening.
Why is it so hard to believe? Why? I want to know why it's
because you're 20. 20-year-olds aren't faithful with their husbands away for 12 months.
I have a little girl to take care of. I don't think there's anything wrong with being 20 and being faithful.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's almost so admirable, it's ridiculous to even conceive at this juncture of society. Terry, now were you just going with the chat room consensus? Now that you've had time to have it sink in, she sounds pretty offended that you especially probably don't believe her that she's been faithful over the past 12 months. I'm actually, the way she's, the tone of her voice and the way she's reacting and the way she's coming across here, Terry, I'm actually starting to believe her.
Are you?
She may just be one of those weirdos out there.
She could be, but I still...
Got married at 20 and is able to be faithful for whatever reason.
On the other hand, if I were overseas for a year and he was back in, the United States, I don't know if I could trust him because he's 20 and he's a male.
Well, that's interesting.
What do you have to say about that?
That's interesting to hear, but even more interesting is the answer that I'm waiting for on this question. Even though you don't know if you trust him, do you think that he would cheat on you if you were away? Do you think he's been cheating on you while he's been in Iraq? Maybe a little...
of course not. No. No.
Of course not. Yes. She doesn't even realize you're capable of cheating in Iraq, Terry.
Right.
You're mean.
Well, yeah.
It's not about being mean. I'm just talking about reality here, all right?
Well, reality is I've been faithful to my husband 100%.
Fine. Whether we believe that or not, yes. I'm actually leaning towards the side of believing you.
Okay.
All right? Now, the fact that she's unwilling to even talk about whether her husband's been faithful, and that makes us mean to even discuss, Terry, is pretty interesting.
Isn't what I called for in the first place is about the whole massage thing anyway?
Yeah, we're not interested in that. Anyway.
You picked the interesting parts of your life.
Mm-hmm. You have no idea. You have no clue what the interesting parts of your life are. Leave it to us to find them for you.
Right. We'll pick it apart.
Leave it to us to find the interesting parts of your life. You don't even know from interesting.
Anyways, I was basically just calling to tell you that I agreed with you about the whole massage thing.
You don't want your husband to be a massage therapist when he returns?
Of course not. What woman would, honestly?
They can make really good money. And it's
Yeah,
it's a
because they're
wonderful
touching other
profession.
women.
Well,
They
they're
don't
giving
just
him a massage.
touch
I mean, it's not.
other women. I mean,
If this isn't an endorsement to not get married at 20, I don't know what is. The hyped up jealousy factor that she's got running through her body is absurd, Terry, but I happen to agree with her.
Seems very mature and reasonable. Very rational.
Jordan, when is your husband supposed to get home now?
In October, he got extended for 5 months.
What a shock.
Yeah.
I know.
What else do you think got extended while he's been over there?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Maybe his schlong?
Whoa!
Anyway, Jordan,
Anyways,
I
Mr. T-Man.
I appreciate your call. Keep up the good fight back at home of
Thank
staying
you.
faithful while your husband keeps up the good fight in Iraq. I don't know whose fight is more difficult, Terry. Apparently for Jordan, she seems like it's pretty simple to stay faithful. She may be some kind
It
of...
is easy. If you love the person, it is easy.
Blah, blah, frickin' blah. Not true.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
You are mean.
I know
You're
a lot of people that are in love that cheat regardless.
They're obviously not in love.
All the people out there, no. So you think all the people that are cheating aren't in love with their significant other or their spouse? Is that right?
If they can't be faithful.
That is not
they
true.
They are not in love.
No,
if they can't be faithful, they're not in love.
Sounds all well and good, Jordan, but it happens to be not the case. A lot of people that cheat, believe it or not, are in love and yet cheat anyway. All right, cheating is not about love.
Really?
Okay,
It's just about being physical, right?
For women, it might be, though.
No, of course, women. It is a. It
Not
is a
necessarily.
emotional.
A lot of
But
women,
more so than for men.
More
Oh, yeah,
so than
by
ever
far.
before. A lot of women out there, they're cheating in record numbers,
see-
and some of them that are cheating are in love with their husbands and yet cheat anyway.
But see, you know what? That is one statement I do agree with Jordan on. I agree with her. I'm one
You
of
believe
those.
that everybody who's ever cheated had a lack of love in their relationship.
I think there is some lack of love.
Maybe
yes.
a lack of respect.
There's lack of something.
Yes.
Fine, there's always a lack of something. All right? What? Can't argue with that one, Jordan.
Lack of moral fiber.
Mhm. Okay, whatever. Now we're going on to moral fiber.
I'm right and
That's
you're wrong.
That's where I
I'm
step
right
up.
and you're wrong.
Hey, Jordan, you're fine. Whatever. I'm ready to move on.
What is it?
All right?
Yeah, I always think I want to date a 20-year-old, and then I hear people like Jordan.
I'm not,
Yeah, maybe I'll pass.
Wow, talk about 12 months of ecstasy for her husband. As soon as he gets home for a month, get me back to Iraq, quick. Get me the next plane.
Yeah, when grenades going off, sound better than your wife.
Mm-hmm. And when the grenade that went off blew off your leg, and it's still better than your wife, Terry.
Don't send me back. No.
The T-Man Show.
In golf, scoring a birdie is a good thing.
Oh.
But did Rob Lowe accidentally notch a once-in-a-lifetime killer birdie?
Oh, geez.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unbelievable. That thing went down like a stone.
Wow.
The star was golfing in Iowa yesterday, and of course his female fans were watching closely.
Yeah.
When suddenly Rob's ball hit and killed a goldfinch in mid-flight.
I got a bird. Unfortunately, it was the state bird. And he's little. It's not like I hit a goose.
He sounds uncomfortably gleeful about this, Terry. He hit a bird, and he's not the first person to ever do that. I once told you a story about a guy who, I wasn't playing with him at the time, but he used to work here. It's just the most weird story ever. Do you know the story? Do you remember the story? Do you need me to refresh you on the story,
so.
Terry?
Go ahead. I think I know.
It's just and I know it's true because the people who all told me, they're not lying. You would think if you heard it through people from one to another, it was like you heard a third-party kind of story.
Right.
As I guess I did, you would not believe it. If you heard it through a friend of a friend of a friend, you would say, oh, that's not true. That can't be true. But I heard it from enough people that were with him that day. This is a true story. And when I tell you, you won't even believe it. I think it was a swan. Are there such things as swans? Have you ever heard of a swan?
A swan.
What was it?
It's a goose.
It was a goose.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a swan. It was a goose, Terry.
All right.
Hot Fudge Scott also heard this story.
That's wild.
It's the most wild. Rob Lowe hitting a bird is a wild story, and it's kind of in that same kind of vein, Terry, but still, so to speak.
The funniest sad story ever.
Funniest sad story.
And the fact that we know this guy personally adds to it, and you won't get that part of it. He's like the most ogreish, oaf you can really picture, okay?
All right.
He's not very athletic at all. Not that you have to be to play golf.
Right.
All right? Mm-hmm. It's not an athletic sport whatsoever. The people who play think they're athletes, but they're not. Anyway.
He wasn't really bright either. Right?
Mm-hmm. He's not a very bright guy.
45-year-old intern.
He's a 45-year-old intern, basically. All right, but a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy in a harmless kind of oaf way.
Okay.
All right? Can you picture that at all?
He's Lenny
Yes.
from Of Mice and Men. He's
I don't
accidentally
know who
kills
that
little
is.
animals,
I don't know who that is, but picture whoever is like
Right.
the
Nicest
oversized, nice, kind of not the sharpest knife in the drawer kind of guy who is not feeling bad about his life because he doesn't know any better.
Okay.
All right? The fact that he's a 45-year-old intern at a radio station, he's happy about. Kind of.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
he's satisfied with his life because
He's
he
good.
never, I don't think he ever expected that much. And that's a nice way to be, I guess.
Sure.
Being an intern's a step up from AA.
Right. So anyway, he goes out golfing with some people here.
Right.
And he steps up at the tee, and keep in mind, he's an oversized guy. He's about 6'5", and he weighs about close to, I would say, 3 bills. And
Wow.
not the kind of guy you would think is the most agile, the most fluid swing as far as golf is concerned, but you
Sure.
never know from person to person. So anyway, he gets up at the tee there, and there's a goose in the water about a foot off the ground, which is where a lot of golf shots go if you're not a professional.
Right.
If you're lucky to get it off the ground at all. And the goose is swimming by in the water about 50 feet ahead of the tee, so it's not like he drove it all the way down the fairway there and happened to hit a bird. No, the goose is swimming around thinking he's safe because most people on the golf course can get it. I mean, it's a 1 in a million shot. Anyway, the goose is swimming by, takes his big tee shot, bam! Right in the goose's, and the goose is on land. It's not in the water. Just walking on the grass.
Right.
Right in the goose's craw, the side of the goose, and it's stuck in his body. The ball is literally stuck in the goose's body. The goose is making sounds that are just not goose sounds. Just like a plaintive wail, as you heard that phrase once, Terry. Just like wailing in pain. It's not a happy story as I tell it right now, okay?
It doesn't sound like it would feel really good.
No, this is not a feel-good story as it stands right now.
Right.
But a 1 in a million shot, and the ball is still lodged in the goose, and the goose is still alive. So this guy, without hesitation, this guy named Mike, doesn't even think, but reacts so quickly, he sprints over to the goose with his club and starts pounding the goose on pounding the goose on the head, just pounding him nonstop, and people are just standing there with their mouths open, shocked. What is this guy doing? First he hits the goose, the ball is lodged in there, the goose is wailing in pain, and now he's beating the crap out of the goose.
He
just pounding the hell out of the goose, Terry. Wouldn't stop.
He'd hit it once, miss once, hit it once to kind of prolong it, you know? Because it's running around like crazy.
He was swinging, he was making contact, he was swinging, he was missing, he was swinging again, he was swinging, just nonstop pounding the goose, Terry.
To try to put it out of his misery or get his ball.
Oh, he thought he was doing it.
He immediately, immediately, without thinking, sprinted over there. His reaction was, I have to put this goose out of its misery, and some would certainly say that is the right way to go about it. The goose was certainly in some drastic pain.
Yes.
But the fact that he was so violently and just without even thinking for a second, what do I do here, just sprung to action and just starts pounding the crap out of the goose, Terry. This is the saddest story you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is just so shocked. They're not even over the shock that he hit the goose with the ball. And the next thing they know, he's running over to the goose.
I know, it's classic, man.
He's running over to the goose. He sprints at top speed. He sprints over to the goose, and he's pounding the crap out of the goose.
Size 15 shoes flying down the golf course with the club in hand. Man.
And people are just...
I better club up with the big goose. Give me my driver.
And eventually the goose does as he hopes it will and dies.
Well, what he initially started, right?
And yet people on the golf course are just with their eyes wide and their mouth just dropped, their jaw to the floor. They'd never seen such a thing from one part of it to the next. And then he explains, hey, the goose was in big misery. I had no choice. And
he's a real humanitarian.
And while no one could argue with him, just the way he went about
down,
it
right.
was just so unbelievable that it's quite a story, and one I'll never forget, even though I wasn't there, and yet I feel like I was.
Makes you wonder if you have a sick child in front of him, what he'll do. No, it's fine, I'll go to the doctor. Back off.
No, I know what to do here. I know exactly how to handle this. Bam!
I know what to do.
Did he finish the hole?
I think he might have got
you know, why
booted.
do you got to make the story into...
That is crazy. Yeah, that would be kind of shocking to see that. I mean, you would. I mean, probably nobody finished the day. They're probably
It's like, all right, yeah, beer time.
Yeah, we need a drink after that.
We didn't get very far. We were on hole 1 here, but that's enough golf from me today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great
Golf course, you can't even wear a tank top, much less kill animals on the course.
I know.
The funniest thing is, if you knew this guy, Terry,
Oh, wow.
not a violent guy at all, to my knowledge. Doesn't seem like the type, one of those gentle giant kind of guys.
Right. Who you think, God, what a great guy, would never harm anybody type thing?
You wouldn't be afraid if you were 5'5" to fight him because he just looks kind of like someone you could just easily beat up, Terry.
Sure.
Kind of helpless, you know.
6'5", helpless kind of guy, and just thought he was doing the right thing, whether he was or not. I guess
and he
one
never
person's opinion.
He never got in any trouble or anything, did he?
No one really knew about it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he would get in trouble for that. It began as an accident. His shot was just
right.
a 1 in a million accident.
Right.
And then what he did in reaction to that, one may say it was the right thing to actually do, but the way he went about it was just ridiculous.
Yeah. The noise the goose was making was scaring the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
Man, clubbing it.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Rob Lowe, we got one up on you. Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty much the moral of the story.
But didn't also, too, the pitcher Randy Johnson, like one of his...
Oh, there have been a lot of sports stories like that. Right. There was a guy named Deion James who once played for the Atlanta Braves, Terry, who hit a batted ball that struck a bird in flight.
Oh, my gosh.
And the bird went straight down to the field. Randy Johnson was throwing a fastball, and it looks, if you ever saw that video, like it's some kind of prank, but the bird explodes and like
disappears.
50,000 feathers go flying.
Fabio took one off the face.
Oh, that's right.
On the roller coaster.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Ozzy bit one, the old legend has it.
When suddenly Rob's ball hit and killed a goldfinch in mid-flight.
I got a bird. Unfortunately, it was the state bird. And he's little. It's not like I hit a goose. Unbelievable. And I'm going to stuff him and put him in my office on Brothers and Sisters.
All right, you know what? Maybe you should leave the writing, the material for his writers, Terry.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because, man, he doesn't sound very sensitive about what he did. No one knows how to react when when an accident like that happens.
Right, yeah.
You feel a little bad.
Yeah. You do.
You're not feeling that from Rob Lowe here, are you?
No, not really. He's like, stuff it.
He should know better than the big 45-year-old oversized intern, right, Terry?
Yeah, I would say so.
Another of Rob's errant shots nearly drilled a tournament official. Yikes.
I just said, look, don't sue me, please. I can't have that kind of publicity.
Whoever's laughing in the background is going to encourage him and give him false encouragement enough that he's going to go out and do stand-up now. Because I don't know what the guy's laughing at.
Wow. You don't see a lot of stars in Iowa.
Is that where it was, in Iowa?
Local press, very enamored.
Got it.
Oh, my goodness.
He's so handsome.
He's a guy that's lucky the internet wasn't around when he was back in his day.
Oh, I know. Yeah, remember when he got in trouble?
With all the scandalous behaviors he was doing?
Filmed with like 15-year-olds. It's unbelievable.
What else is going on, Terry? Keep in mind, the hearing in the L.A. County Courthouse is scheduled still at this moment for 9 a.m., although I have a small suspicion that it could either be postponed or I want this to happen, Terry.
Right.
After all that we went through yesterday, hearing this breaking news that you gave us that turned into the whole day's conversation, I better not hear sometime around 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever, that the courthouse proceedings have been either pushed back, canceled, whatever. Paris better get her ass back to court, and then ultimately it seems like she'll be thrown back in jail, which shouldn't have had to happen in the first place. Right. Now, what else is going on, Terry? What else is happening?
Sad news this morning. The inventor of Cheese Whiz has died.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
yes.
Jesus, Terry.
I know.
What are we all going to do as a society now?
I don't know.
How do we make it? I feel like completely...
Travesty.
He wants that.
I don't know if I feel safe anymore.
He was born in Chicago in 1915.
Cheese Whiz. Is there really such a thing? It wasn't an urban legend, Terry?
No, God. I ate a lot of that in college. Woo.
Yes.
That's the busiest 3 months of my life.
So that's like liquid cheese or what?
It's cheese in a can, my friend.
Oh, my God, it's the best thing ever.
When you're really lazy?
Because slicing cheese is a pain.
That's right. Too much effort required in slicing cheese. You need it in a push can.
You just move your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Half an inch.
More than just cheese in it, though, I think.
Yeah.
It's like processed and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. Stephen is an ingredient reader.
So it's not cheese straight from the ground, Stephen? It grows on trees?
Straight from the ground,
It's
yeah.
processed like every other kind of cheese?
Well, it's different than cutting it off of a loaf of cheese, I think.
A loaf?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we call a cheese loaf?
That's what we call you.
All right.
Yeah.
He does have like a nice resume of things that he accomplished in his life, but
So it's more than just Cheese Whiz?
Yes.
Because I don't know if I'd want that on my tombstone, Terry. Invented Cheese Whiz. Nothing else. He did other things.
Very wealthy.
Very wealthy. He broke ground by hiring women, violating the fast food company's rules, his wife said.
I'll go
he
down in
worked
history for hiring women, Terry.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, all right,
Give them a little Cheese Whiz.
give them a little loaf.
He also did research on E. coli.
Oh, it's very exciting.
So he's
all right, whatever.
but,
Save it for the eulogy. Anyway. Sounds like a really tough loss.
Kind of sad,
that
though.
we're all suffering from. All right, we'll all have a little bit of Cheese Whiz today in honor of the great man that was.
Edwin Treyman.
Oh, Terry can't even pronounce his name.
He's Latvian.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
He had such an impactful life.
Right.
And what age did he die at?
Well, he was born in 91. 1915 was when he was born, so 91, yeah.
He was 91.
He was 91.
We should all be so fortunate to live such a long and fulfilling life.
Yeah, married 44 years.
No, I don't feel bad about taking the Cheese Whiz straight to the mouth.
Okay.
Bypass that whole pesky cracker thing.
What year did it hit the streets? Cheese Whiz.
How about straight to the toilet? Get the middleman.
The T-Man Show.
He could be getting locked up, too.
They come and be locked
Yeah.
up? I'll tell you this right now.
What?
They ain't letting him out because he's feeling a little bit messed up in the head while he's in prison. You know, the prison doesn't agree with my mind. Can you open the door, please?
Right. Oh, yeah, let's reassign
I
you.
don't think that works.
No. But the dude that he threw from the stage, they identified him as a 15-year-old kid. And although he wasn't hurt,
He's got to think about the 15-year-olds.
Yeah, what is that?
Likes throwing around 15-year-olds?
I guess so. Doesn't matter what gender.
Got it.
But apparently the kid didn't get hurt that he threw, but somebody who he threw the kid on, some lady who was there, got hurt. So
What's up with Angel in the chat room today there, Vinnie the Pooh? You got any answers for that?
He was wilding out, doing everything from dancing with a monkey to the booby dance. And,
Yes.
the booby dance is famous.
Let me tell you.
It's a classic.
Everyone across the country is familiar with the Angel Booby Dance,
I
Terry.
guess so.
It was
What
actually
the hell is the Angel Booby Dance?
it was originated last time we were down there.
Is that right? I'm sorry I missed that.
We co-created it.
We'll go in there and
Why
Oh,
don't
you mean you had a hand?
I had a hand in the booby
You got
dance.
the booby dance?
That's right.
Now, we need to do this with your boobies, Angel. Let's try this again. And again, and again.
Trust anybody.
Let's go live to MSNBC and see what's happening with Paris, Terry.
Practice, take her in handcuffs.
Yeah, well, y'all.
I'll take her now.
That's another issue. Yeah. Why
Do you
not?
seriously, Sheriff?
Yes.
You would. You would. I find that entertaining.
Only we found you entertaining.
Actually, have your sheriff's deputies go in there, put her in handcuffs, and then take her and transport her.
If she was
not right away.
Authority, and I believe even house arrest she would be. The only problem I have with all this, I hope that the sheriff fights the prosecutors and courts on a constitutional situation. Don't ever take away the authority of the constitutional sheriff. That's where I have a concern where we're going with all this.
Well, this absolutely puts a whole bad light on all sheriffs, Terry. The Sheriff Baca made a horrible judgment call by letting Paris go.
Right.
So now all sheriffs across the country are worried they're going to lose their authority, Terry. Well, maybe they should. Because I don't like knowing these sheriffs can let go whoever they see fit at any time, Terry.
We don't sit in the sheriff's court.
Let a sentence be a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Sheriffs shouldn't have the discretion to open and close the jail at their discretion, maybe. Maybe there should be some some discussion over that. That's what this guy's worried about. He's the sheriff. He doesn't want to lose his power.
He's at Paris's house at this point, it appears. But we are awaiting the arrival of Paris Hilton. I can tell you that we just spoke to the court spokesperson, did give us a few updated tidbits of information. He says that court will begin. They're going to call the court into session as soon as she is here. So
it's Paris that they're waiting for? Is that what we're hearing here now?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So they can't start without Paris.
No,
Is that right?
right.
Too bad. All right, let me, there have been a lot of calls waiting. We are in the final minutes of the radio portion of this program, Terry. Let me give everyone 20 seconds to say what they want to say as we head into another weekend. Okay. The first or second weekend of June. I imagine it's the second. Yeah. And 1-866-663-T-Man. For those who want to get a final word in before the weekend hits full stride, everyone will have 20 seconds. Be aware. Destiny in concrete. You're on the air. 20 seconds. Go.
Hi. I just think that Paris Hilton doesn't deserve to be in there, but I don't think she deserves to be out. Because
wow, somewhere in limbo, Terry.
Wow, that's
I don't
great.
think she deserves to be in there, but I don't think she deserves to be out.
Halfway in between.
I'd like to put her in a state of flux. The hell does that mean? Wish I had more than 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 1-866-663-T-Man. Rick in San Jose. 20 seconds, sir. Go.
Hi, I'm sick and tired of basically all these African-American activists protesting, turning everything into a race issue because she got out early or whatnot. Everything doesn't have to be a race issue. When O.J. got away with murder, these guys were breakdancing. It was okay. Michael Jackson got away with molesting kids, and the guy practically did Thriller right in front of the courtroom.
He's 20 seconds up. All right. Luke in Tacoma. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, T-Man, I say that this crap, it's crap. She belongs in jail.
Mm-hmm.
I was also hoping I could give you some backstage passes to the Cube Jam.
The Cube Jam.
Cube Jam, wow.
Wow. I think that's at the Bon Marché. Anyway. Not at this time. I'm sorry, Luke. We'll be giving stuff away soon, don't worry. 20 seconds right now is what everyone has as far as final words are concerned before the weekend is upon us. Dave, you got 20 seconds. Go.
Hey, I think that she definitely needs to be staying in jail there, but this whole situation is nonsense. That spokesperson that came out yesterday and was talking on behalf of the court, he's just absolute nonsense. The guy kept beating around the bush. He kept lying about it. Fact of the matter is that anybody...
20 seconds up. Mike in Covington. I'm keeping everyone to a strict clock here, Terry.
You are. Wow.
20 seconds. Go, Mike. 1-866-663. This is not Mike's time, by the way. 1-866-663-T-Man. For those who want a final word, 1-866-663-T-Man. Mike in Covington. The clock starts now. Go.
Yeah, I think it's kind of some crap that, Paris Hilton, they're waiting for her to go to court, but if I'm 5 minutes late to court, I get arrested. I think that's some crap.
Still have 8, 7, 6. He still has 7 seconds, Terry. 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, never mind. I guess everyone doesn't have to take the full time.
Yeah.
1-866-663-T-Man. Let's go to Marty. You got 20 seconds. Go, Marty.
Yeah, that old wench needs to be locked up. That's how I'm thinking about it.
All right. I think he's talking about you, Terry.
Right.
Maybe he was referring to Paris or Martha Stewart. I don't know.
You never know. His time's up.
Abe, 20 seconds. Go. Go.
Hey, put her in for life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Robert in Lake City, 20 seconds. Go.
My thing is, if Paris Hilton is avoiding the media, why does she not have to serve her time? If Martha Stewart can get in there and serve her time, so can Paris Hilton.
Tina in Oakland, 20 seconds.
That was just a harsh sentence. Nobody really gets that type of sentencing. Even the general public doesn't. It was a ridiculous sentencing, I think, just to make an example out of her. And I'm glad that she got out early.
Wow, that's a minority opinion if I ever heard one, Terry. Her facts are wrong, of course.
Yes.
The average person has certainly gotten that and more, given the list that I read. I have a bigger list than I even read, Terry, of Paris Hilton violations. I didn't even get into it when she crashed into someone's car and then was caught on videotape saying, just go, drive.
Right. Hit and run.
Mm-hmm. Is it Delaney? You got 20 seconds. Go.
It's Delane, and Paris Hilton needs to go in jail, and somebody needs to give it up her ass.
Okay, that's right. That's a good usage of 20 seconds there. What do you think, Terry?
Let's not give additional time for that one.
Chris, in Union City, 20 seconds, go. Chris.
Go A's, Giants suck.
Go A's, Giants suck, Terry.
Wow.
Little off the subject. Big baseball fan?
Yeah.
All right, there's a good sampling of people's final thoughts for the day.
There you go.
I can't think of a better way to end it, considering what the pulse of the day is, than with the words, go A's, Giants suck, go. And that'll do it for today's radio portion of your broadcast day. That is in the history books, don't you know? The court case was supposed to start at 9 a.m. I knew we wouldn't have any results of it, Terry. When the show started at 6 a.m., I knew this situation was going to be delayed. It won't begin till noon now.
Right.
On Monday, we'll have a lot of answers to a lot of the questions that are hanging out there, like wontons.
Oh, that's right. The wontons hang out.
But the radio portion of today's broadcast day is over. But if you go to www.thetmanshow.com right now, that's www.thetmanshow.com. Right now, you can hear the after show.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shortened version of the after show considering the time, but it'll be an after show nonetheless.
Woohoo!
www.thetmanshow.com. And the after show begins in 30 seconds.
The T-Man Show.
Mixed wine.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, sorry.
Mixed wine loves who?
You.
Oh.
That's a quick
Have you
30
seen her?
seconds.
Mixed wine is hot?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she is.
Here, hold on.
No, she looks good.
Where'd she go?
I can vouch.
Yeah.
You can vouch?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks good.
She is a hot tag.
She left me a comment on Wild Space. I feel pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the pre-after show? Or
Actually,
what do you call
It's
it?
a little...
Before, after.
Wow.
I think
After
we
show countdown?
in.
Go.
10 seconds till after show.
Oh, Lordy.
Mixed wine, huh? Tell me more.
Yeah,
tell me more.
she's...
Tell me more.
No, she's really...
Oh.
I can't break her, though.
After show begins in 5, 4, 3,
There she is.
2, and 1. So mixed wine, what now?
Now, anyway, yeah, this is her...
Mixed wine put Asia Baby to shame or what?
Yeah.
Is mixed wine clearly the hottest babe in the chat room, wild space situation or what?
Yeah, she's... Yeah.
Baby the Pooh, what do you got?
Pose down. I don't know. Asia Baby's pretty on point, but so is Mixed, whatever her name is.
Hawaiian.
And mixed wine went out of her way to say what to me
She
on
said... What did
the
she say?
chat
She said,
room, little
no,
dialogue
it's in her
situation.
little... It's not just in her dialogue. It's in her little quote.
In her bio?
Yeah. She
Says,
says, da, by T-Man. Hey, did I mention that I love the T-Man? Well, I do.
Wow, she needs and wants and has to have me. Does it say that, Terry?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where's she from? What city?
She is from Seattle.
She's from, she's from Seattle and she's in the Wild Space chat room? What is all?
You know why?
What's all with the Northwesterners?
Because we don't have one on CUBE yet.
What's with the Northwesterners invading the Wild Space chat room?
I actually think it's kind of cool because it's great networking.
I don't know if it's cool. I don't know. I
cool.
think the Northwesterners should be punished until the people in the Northwest step up and give them a CUBE space.
Yeah, they should.
And there's not going to be an outcry. You see what an outcry can do now, given the Paris Hilton situation? They're going to have her back in jail in less than 24 hours, Terry, or just over. But anyway, an outcry can do powerful things. And if the Northwesterners didn't have a place to go to chat about show and radio station issues like they do in the Bay, then they would get their own space, Terry, because they would be demanding it. But because they're invading the Wild Space chat room.
Well, but still, even in the chat, I get questions all the time that comes up in the chat room.
Well, not with the same kind of passion as if they didn't have access to Wild Space. They should ban the CUBE listeners from Wild Space.
There she is.
Except for mixed wine. Oh, wow, she is freaking hot. Never mind what I just said. Mixed wine, you're not banned from anything.
There you go.
Especially not this.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute here. Let me see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us on the after show here at www.thetmanshow.com. Don't mind our ramblings here. We're
We've got some
discussing
business to attend.
We're discussing very important radio station issues.
You see it?
More pictures of mixed
Yes.
mixed Hawaiian.
Yes,
Turn
there
it
you
this
go.
way. Let me see.
You've seen them, Vinnie.
Oh,
yes,
nice
I have.
picture. She's got a lovely set of teeth.
Said, and putting her in handcuffs, that if she was any inmate, if she was any typical person in custody, she would be brought out in handcuffs.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sheriff's Department from state to state vary, and I understand that he's a very hard-nosed, aggressive law enforcement official, which is great.
This again, live coverage. MSNBC's coverage of the Paris Hilton must be in court on time, not really situation.
Now here, they have to make sure that she gets into that car safely, that nobody gets at her. Now they have a double job. She's in
Double
custody.
job.
They have to bring her to court.
Bonus job.
They also have to ensure her safety.
And Susan, when you handcuff somebody, it makes things very, very awkward. So
It's a very creative name, by the way, for your chat room purposes. Mixed Hawaiian. I like that creativity, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's mixed in Hawaiian, which made it easier for her, but still.
But what if she wasn't?
That's a cool name, Mixed Hawaiian. If I saw Mixed Hawaiian in a chat room, it would catch my eye, Terry.
There
Is
you
she
go.
in there right now?
She was, but I just sent her. I asked her if she heard that.
Have you ever seen her in person there, Vinnie the Pooh?
I haven't, but man, I'm wishing to.
Mixed Hawaiian. I mean,
She needs to
am
get to the club.
I right? You see, like, Mixed Hawaiian writing something in a chat room. Doesn't that catch your eye?
He's mixed anything. Mixed.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Mixed.
But Mixed Hawaiian especially. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something about the word Hawaiian stands out,
Of
first of
course.
all.
Mixed nuts?
Yeah, I made him up for
Vinnie
sure.
really likes
That's Steven's name.
Oh, jeez.
Mixed nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard the code words for the after show. The first person to call in with the code words that you now know are mixed nuts.
She said, "Ooh, T-Man."
Oh, mixed Hawaiian?
Yeah, smiley.
Oh, I'll mix Hawaiian, baby. Put her in a crock pot, mix her up.
Tell him to wait.
Tell him to wait for what? What am I waiting for? Where am I meeting her? Huh? What are we doing?
Hold on.
My day is free.
Good thing your wife doesn't listen to the after show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, Steve?
So I get home, I come through the door. So I was listening to the after show. I was checking it out for the first time. And if you think you're like home free after the radio portion of the day is over, you can forget it because I'm now monitoring the after show. And who's Mixed Hawaiian and where did you meet her?
She says, "Anytime, I love him." In all caps.
Oh, wow. She's all capping me now?
She is all capping you.
I'll all cap her.
I'm hating.
Before she knows what hit her, Terry.
Dirty girl.
Wow.
It should be me.
Just the way I like them.
He's going, "It should be me."
It should be me.
No, it shouldn't be you.
I'm hating.
But you've already seen her in the chat room,
You
so maybe
haven't
you should have already
your
done it.
time there, VTP.
All right, what are we giving
don't
to
deserve.
what are we giving to the first person who knows the code words of mixed nuts?
Mixed nuts. Are we doing one from each?
We'll do one from each main area of the radio listening world, one from the Bay Area, one from the Northwest. Let's give them, their choice of. Let's let them decide what they want, and then we'll see if that sounds reasonable.
Okay.
2 mil. No, can't swing it.
Should have gone for one.
Mm-hmm.
She just said, "Mwah."
Oh, gee, she's
like that?
She's
She's
mwahing me.
mwahing you.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
Why
Pretty
do
good,
I
Terry.
feel like I'm like,
No,
why
that
do
was-
I have to be the go?
Nah, keep it going, Terry.
Terry's the narrator of mine and Mixed Hawaiian's Max Station.
I just like watching Terry whine people.
Mwah.
Oh, do it again.
Okay.
Have her come down.
It looks like Faraz is on the line.
He's
Is that
cute.
your name, Faraz?
Yes, it's Faraz.
What's up, Faraz?
What's up, D-Man?
How you doing? But wait, we have breaking news on Paris Hilton. Let me see what we got here. After show breaking news. The L.A. County Sheriff's Department has sent a car and has parked it in front of Paris Hilton's West Hollywood home. Several uniformed officers have congregated at the gate. Story developing.
They're congregating at the gate.
Pooh, the paparazzi tell us, and we saw trucks, had a party planned for tonight.
Faraz.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
What would you like? You seem like you are the first one in on the after show. I would pretty much wager that you know the code words. Is that right?
I do, and yes, I do.
And what are the code words, sir, just to make it official?
Mixed nuts.
Oh, jeez. Mixed nuts. And where are you listening, Faraz?
I'm listening here in Seattle.
On what? Are you at work? You at home? Where you at?
I'm at work right now.
Okay, that means there's a Bay Area listener still to be found, Terry.
Right.
But Faraz beat all the other Northwesterners to the after show. You're at home, you said, or what?
I'm at work right now.
What do you do?
I work in advertising.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Pretty general kind of description of what you do. We'll
Sure.
leave it at that.
Okay.
What would you like us to give you as far as a prize for being the quickest to the phone line, sir? You want Summer Jam tickets? You want backstage passes? What do you want?
Backstage passes, my man.
Well, backstage doesn't mean you get to hang out the whole concert. It means you get to hang out with some of the artists at the backstage barbecue before the show begins, maybe a little bit during the show, that kind of situation. I want to get you all riled up because I know how you're probably going to dress if I told you you're going to be backstage the whole time. You'd probably wear something really skimpy, and it'd be really embarrassing for you. So, Faraz, congratulations on that. You got tickets and some backstage barbecue passes.
Awesome. Thank
Sound
you very
good?
much. I am excited.
For you and a guest. Woo-hoo! Hang on the line, Faraz. Well done. Yeah, Reba, you, Terry.
Arriba.
What does Mix of Wine say now?
Aw, she's got little smiley faces.
Pin her down, Terry. Pin her down. I mean, so to speak. Where are we meeting?
I asked. She's going to email you.
Where
I told him to email you.
Where are you working it for me, Terry? Where are me and you meeting her, Terry? I'm going with you.
Don't include me in this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the typer.
You're in too deep now, Terry. No.
Sure are.
It's me and you meeting her now.
Oh.
It's your greatest fantasy come true. Okay.
Mixed wine and a Filipino babe.
Oh, geez. Let me mixed up Hawaiian and mixed Hawaiian and mixed up Filipino.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me get a Bay Area winner. Who's this? Hello.
Alex.
Alex from where?
From Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek. Alex is on the line. Alex, have you won anything before? You sound familiar.
I have called, but I never won anything.
You called to participate, but never for winning purposes.
No.
All right, what can we throw your way? First off, give me the code words.
Mixed nuts.
And where?
Mixed nuts.
Dudes are getting off on saying this to such degrees that it's a little scary. What are you listening on? Where are you at? Home, work? What are you doing?
I'm at home. I'm getting ready for my final.
Wow, what kind of final and where? Where do you go to school?
Los Alamos High School, Walnut Creek.
Wow, he's taking a high school final today, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What
Last
subject?
one.
What subject?
English.
And then what are you doing for the summer?
Nothing. Nothing.
Sounds good to me. All right, so English final. Before that, what would you like to win? What can I send your way, Alex?
Maybe a gas card.
Gas card. Oh. How much should we give, Alex? Terry, the man is almost... Are you graduating? What are we talking about here, Alex?
I'm graduating.
Oh, yeah.
I need a good graduation present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give him a good graduation present.
How much should we give him, Terry? Let's give him 75.
All right, I think that's good.
Yeah. It's not bad, right?
Sweet little graduation gift.
Does that work for you, Alex?
It does, T-Man.
$75 gas card. Congratulations to Alex, who's on the verge of graduating from his Walnut Creek High School. Woo! As long as he gets past the English final. Even if you fail, you'll be fine, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hang on the line, Alex. Well done.
Thank you, T-Man.
There it is, bud. 2 winners, Terry.
Probation on a DUI case, on a sentence which was effectively 23 days.
Really? Is that what this is about? Okay, wonderful. Thanks for the scoop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Hours of nonsense.
We thank you for punching up www.thetmanshow.com for this unbelievable after-show experience. Vinnie the Pooh, you have a final word?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Gives us so much leeway. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah.
Terry, final thought?
She emailed you.
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. I'm hating. Forget that. I'm mad.
The T-Man Show.